Hello, everyone. Welcome. You can see my microphone in the wide frame, so I'll move it out of the way. Welcome to Scoured Stars. It's our 7th episode. In a 10-episode run, we are getting so close to the end. We've gotten into the Scoured Stars, finally, and this adventure takes us right back out of them. We'll be exploring a different area of space this evening, but it won't just be me alone exploring a not Scoured Stars part of the space. It'll be these lovely players with me. Hello, everybody. How y'all doing tonight?
Hello.
Hi, friends.
Good.
I
How are you
appreciate
doing?
just how promptly we noped out of the Scoured Stars, by the way. They were like,
Yeah.
nah.
Oh, we just need to know where it was.
Bad.
Yeah.
Once you
Now I
figured out
understand
where
when
it
no one
was,
came
that
back.
was
Oh no! I haven't put my face on. Apologies, everyone.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
It's fine. We're not fully
the
in character
drama.
yet. It's all a
It's
secret.
true.
You got a nice snazzy
That's fine.
shirt, though.
That's true.
Yes.
Those
Well,
shirts
this
are
was my
amazing.
war shirt. Yes.
We all forgot
Nice.
our faces. There we go.
hmm
That's
I
right. Just moments ago, I realized I wasn't wearing my game blazer, and now the game is
No.
ruined.
Go get it.
It'll be
Shame
terrible.
on
I'll
you.
have
Turn off the
Warlock
stream.
all night. This is good for
That's
you
good
guys,
for us.
because I'll have
Yeah.
poor luck. I'll have terrible rolls. I won't be on my game at
True.
all.
Power.
I missed the
I
game blazer
maintain
though.
Game Blazer is an awesome username.
Yep.
It's true.
Game
It's
Blazer.
true.
420.
Maybe I'll have it. Maybe during the break.
Game
I'll run and
Blazer
get
420.
it, and-
Nobody take Game Blazer 420, so Jim Jam can have it.
Original character. Do not steal.
Do not steal. That's right. We are all even me. I actually also built a Starfinder character. He hasn't appeared. He's been behind the scenes, but he's also doing very important Starfinder missions. And he also is 6th level, as we all are now. That's very exciting. I know that usually we go through and we're like, oh, what'd y'all get? And we like kind of explain what the level look, blah, blah, blah. I don't know. I think I'm feeling like I just want to be surprised by what happens. Like I just want to see some new abilities come out on the table and then just get walloped by something I didn't expect. You know, I'm ready for surprises. So I'm not going to
Love
make
it.
y'all sit there and break down your character sheets this week. In fact, I'm perfectly fine just jumping in and playing some Starfinder. I won't make you sit here and talk about anything. Nobody wants to talk about things. It's some roll dice. So I say we do it.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna.
Yeah.
Okie dokie, here we go. Good morning, Galaxy. This is Segway Messedra with your Absalom news update. Following the massive success of the Scoured Stars invasion, the Starfinder Society finds itself riding a wave of popular support. Zoe Media's live stream clocked in at 2.3 million live viewers, and since then has racked up an additional 6.9 million views on DeadTube. Everyone is talking about the Jinsul Empire and their threats of swift, terrible destruction against everyone in the Pact. More on that as it unfolds. Before the Society can deal with the Jinsul Empire, they may be faced with some internal strife. We've gotten word that former First Seeker Jadnura was rescued from the Scoured Stars during the invasion.
Yay.
There has been no word on where that puts acting First Seeker Luazi El Sebo, and sources from inside the Society were quick to point out that the Guidance Personality Collective never finalized Miss El Sebo's election to First Seeker's office. As of now, it appears that Jadnura and El Sebo are serving as co-First Seekers, but Society lawyers are already at work trying to find a solution to this unprecedented situation. Will the two be able to co-lead the newly reunited society, or will divisions split them apart so soon after they came together? We'll be following that story closely as it unfolds. Up next, Hellhounds. On fun fiery pets or extra-dimensional menaces, you decide. The news update cuts to commercials as you finish up the last of your reports from the Scoured Stars invasion. It's incredible how much paperwork was involved in the aftermath of the hectic push into the previously locked system. But when you stir up an aggressive empire of hostile alien arachnid people, there are a few forms you have to fill out, often in triplicate. The Lorespire complex is a bustling center of activity these days. Hundreds of agents were recovered from the Scoured Stars, thanks in part to your recent efforts, and as their ranks were added to those of newer recruits, the Society is nearly back to its former strength. A good thing too, because the Jinsul are pissed, and the Exo Guardians are already talking about the possibility of a brewing full-scale war. Suddenly, you get a ping from Guidance. Hey Starfinders, First Seeker wants to see you.
Ooh,
Which
which
one?
First Seeker?
Are we in trouble?
Yes, of course. No, not at all. It's Jadnura. He one of the conference rooms. He pings you a conference room on the 14th level of the Lore Spire complex.
Thank you, guidance.
Yes, acknowledged.
Yes.
No problem.
You sound very cheery today. I like this voice.
Yeah, I mean, after you guys helped me with my existential crisis, and I started to really look inward and find my own voice, and I realized, who was I trying to impress before? Maple, obviously, but I don't need her approval to just be myself, right?
Wow.
It's true. I am really impossible to impress because I have very high standards, but some people kind of live their lives differently than me, and I understand that. But I'm really happy for you guys. It's like a cool, chill version, like a non-blazer version of guidance, and I'm really into it.
I took off the blazer, and that was what I really needed.
Yeah, it's like the mental blazer of your personality and your feelings.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
That is an accurate analogy that perfectly encapsulates my experience of coming into self-awareness.
I'm a wordsmith. What can I say?
To the
all right, let's
14th
go.
level then.
Let's go.
To the 14th level.
Let's go.
Yes.
Same
you
thing.
Find...
I don't.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say I don't wear my armor, bring the gun, but I do walk with the silver spear. That's my thing now. I stunt on people with my platinum Beskar spear.
Yeah.
You're that guy in the offices. Everybody knows when you're coming.
That guy. Yeah.
Every once in a while,
1000%.
you'll accidentally bang it on something metal, and we'll just hear the Beskar ring, and we're like, "Ah."
Mhm. Oh, sorry. Did I do that again?
Oops.
Yeah.
You head on to the conference room that you were given, and you find indeed Jadnura is there. As you enter, he blacks out the windows and activates a privacy field that would ensure no one can see or listen in on your meeting by either magical or technological means. He sits down. Says, Starfinders, thank you for meeting me here. I want to start by thanking you for your efforts over the last few months. I've been reading your mission logs, and I know that you, more than perhaps anyone else, are directly responsible for bringing down the God Shield around the Scoured Stars. I also want to make immediate assurances that I hold your work and the work of the First Seeker El Sabo in the highest regard. I am going to ask you to do something for me in secret, but I want to be clear that this is in no way an effort to undermine my co-First Seeker. I'm sure that you've developed a sense of loyalty to her, having served under her thus far, so I'm asking you to trust me and leave her out of the mission I'm about to task you with. Is that going to be okay?
I feel like you brought up the mutiny thing first before we did, so I'm a little suspicious. I'm not gonna lie. Why would we not tell our original first start seeker?
I think this T-shirt that I'm wearing that says "I will not do a mutiny" kind of explains that.
I'll
So
the
you
outfits
found the
today.
Well-
gift shop.
Lawazi El Sabo is responsible for sending us to rescue you, so in many ways, you owe her, as well as us, your life. So I feel like that should factor into any future decisions you might make.
It does indeed. And
Will
again,
it be
I know
harmful?
it's difficult.
Will it be harmful
Harmful
to
to what?
Lawazi El Sabo for her to know this information?
Not at all. If anything, it is a mission that I would like to be kept off the books, at least until I know what you uncover. And the reason for that is honestly personal. I am the one responsible for the Scoured Stars incident that trapped us beyond the God Shield. I am the one who discovered the first tier that unlocked the shield that allowed us to pass through the first time, and I feel that I bear a great deal of responsibility for all of the loss and hardship that society has undergone because of that. So perhaps it is merely pride, perhaps it is prudence in some way, but I simply want this mission is a bit of it's just simply of a personal nature. And
Well, I respect any leader who is willing to admit when they led their troops into catastrophic defeat that cost countless lives. So yes, perhaps we can find a way to begin repairing your reputation, starting today, and I do clap him on the shoulder.
He seems to not quite know how to react, but he nods at least and sort of accepts it. As I'd mentioned, this is about acknowledging the fact that I failed the society. I led that expedition into the Scoured Stars that nearly resulted in the destruction of everything that we have built. And though the society itself did persevere, we did lose many valued members. It began because I located a tier relic like the one that you discovered. That tier guided me to the Scoured Stars, and in my excitement to uncover ancient secrets, perhaps even pre-Gap artifacts, I missed something critical. I did not understand what I was leading my people into the system. I didn't understand what I was getting into. I didn't understand the people who had made the tier, or why it was leading me to the Scoured Stars. As a start to rectifying this, I would like you to travel to a planet, a remote planet, called Kukano 2b. It's actually a moon where I located that first tier. I want you to go there and see what I missed. What is there that I could not grasp? Scoured Stars hold a very dangerous mystery, and I fear that unless we finally come to understand it, my past mistakes will continue to haunt the society. That is something that I wish to avoid if possible.
Jim, real quick, could you spell the moon
Sure.
name for me?
Oh yeah, I can do that. K-U-K A-N-O-U-2B.
Or not to be.
Or not.
No one's gonna remember that.
Got him.
You pronounce it Aukano? Wait, I wrote down Bacano.
What did I say? I don't even know what I
don't
said.
know.
I said
I misheard
Kukano.
whatever it was.
Kukano B, 2B, yeah.
Call it 2B, that's good.
Kukano. Yeah, 2B. I'm with it.
2B, yeah. Okay, and we're gonna travel to this
Yes.
moon. And this is a planet that was wronged on your visit to the Scoured Stars, or as a result of.
Well, when I went there, all I found was the tier. I know that there are some ancient ruins. I did not bother to explore them. I did not bother to. There are the remains of a destroyed people. I found the tier, thought it valuable enough to bring back to the society for study, and simply left everything else behind. It is at this point that I feel that it is very likely that in my haste to make some great discovery, I may have missed very important clues as to why the Scoured Stars are so dangerous. That is what I'm asking you to go and recover.
Is there any
Okay.
danger we need to be aware of just in case, something happens?
I'm uncertain. When I was there, I didn't spend much time on the moon itself. I know that there are the remains of a now destroyed civilization. I didn't spend any time within the ruins. The tier was the only thing of interest or value that I discovered in my brief time there. Whether there is any other danger, I simply couldn't say. I wasn't there long enough. I was hasty and not thorough, which is certainly not something that I would have expected of even less proficient agents. So, it was certainly a
I'm gonna look
failure
at
of mine.
Maple. Sorry, Jim. I'm
No,
gonna
you're
look
good.
at Maple
I was
and go. We can't pass out our cards then to anyone on that planet because everyone is dead.
I mean, we don't know that, but we should, definitely bring some just in case. What if we pick up a stowaway and, they need to know who we are? Just always have a couple of cards, in your wallet or just, your virtual wallet. You can also just, email it to them later. The whole thing.
Perfect. You're so smart when it comes to social media stuff. I like it.
Oh, thanks. I mean, I definitely been studying, what Zoe's been doing, and it's really inspiring.
Go.
Zo,
And if Volterix like has,
So,
yeah, I do know that like Volterix watches them every night because I can hear from her like area, like it's really loud. So I just thought I should try to like get into something that she likes too, and like.
That is so not true at all.
Oh, okay. So well, then what are you watching then? Is it like a cool, loud movie? It sounds like so.
I don't watch things.
Oh, do you just sit in your room in the dark?
Yes.
Okay, that's like weird, but I'm not gonna judge.
Are we supposed to pretend that she did not order the official Zoe pajama set?
go!
Hey, guys.
You're such a
And
jerk.
she accidentally used the company credits.
Yeah, we do have like a joint bank account.
All right, I just needed it to match the pillowcases, okay?
We can see when you do things, Volterix. We just have the common decency not to admit it.
And we love you.
Casca, you did get that face on camera, right?
The whole thing.
Did always. Just her slight movement of her eyes shows that she's uncomfortable. Well, Terex, we
yes.
love you, we promise. I'm weird too, don't worry. Gross. Okay, fine.
Yes. Might I interest you in a nice, relaxing potential suicide mission, Voltarix, to get all the attention off of Zoe?
That definitely sounds a lot more my speed, Captain. Thank you.
Yes. Yeah, then I guess we turn and get ready to ship out. Head to the Scourdo.
Sounds good.
And I'll lay in the coordinates, Captain.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, Jadnura gives you coordinates, and you plot a course through the drift. And it actually takes about 15 days of drift travel
Oh.
to get
Ooh.
to Kukano
that's a
to
long
be.
time.
And you find
Okay,
yourselves
okay.
deeper
But
in...
Haven tells you it's going to take 20 days and gets you there in 15.
Oh.
Yeah, you're a miracle worker.
Under promise, ever deliver. Excellent.
And it's buffer time.
Very slick. You find yourselves deeper in the vast than you've ever been. Planets and stars in your sector of space, no more than strings of numbers or placeholder designations. You come within scanning range of your destination moon, a lump of rock orbiting a gas giant. What do you do?
Initiating scans.
Doing some scans. All right, make me a physical science check.
Ooh.
Anybody can take up that position. Like, anybody can grab the science officer spot and do that. Doesn't have to be Haven.
15.
15. Okay. Initial scans. It is a hostile planet. High temperatures, poisonous atmosphere. You're going to have your armor sealed at all times on the surface. Most of this is due to what you can see as violent volcanic activity long in the past, though. You see huge fault lines. The atmosphere is full of ash. And the crust
So it is not
mostly volcanic
currently
rock.
volcanic.
No current eruptions that you can see. Everything looks cooled and like steady right now. Like there's a surface, but it looks like in the past something bad happened here. And when you remember that Jadnura said that there was a destroyed civilization, that makes sense. Anybody who was living on this planet when it went boom is done. Like there's no way anybody would have survived. Sort of fleeing the planet. You do sort of focus in, and you detect there are some pretty vast caverns and tunnels beneath that crust of volcanic rock. And you find a few sites with some that ring back as complex alloys, indicating there was likely technology on the surface. You don't get any energy readings, so again, it's very likely like buried buildings. You're probably walking into something like a city that was just buried under whatever cataclysm occurred here so long ago.
Like Pompeii.
With
Very
the
much.
scan that we've done, we can see these underground networks and things. Haven's going to start downloading that information into the transportable computer just so that we have sort of a basic map or layout of
Sure.
what these tunnels could be from the computer.
Yeah. If you want to get a more solid read on those, you can attempt another computers check.
Computers,
If
yeah.
you want something more, yeah. Something more.
Give me more. Oh, yeah, 23.
Yeah, sure.
Even
You
better
get
if I
a
had
rough
said
outline.
24.
Yeah. You find no, 23 and 24 wouldn't give you a noticeable difference. But I will say that
would've
you
rhymed.
do find a one site that is actually not entirely buried in a system of tunnels, and you find that this site actually closely coordinates with the information that Jadnura gave you on his previous visit. So it's very likely that he was in that very area where he found the tier. It's very likely that there might even be some intact and accessible structures there based on your scans. And you get a rough outline from a lot of the tunnels and stuff. And you find a spot where you could set the Scourdo down and then get a map of some tunnels that would actually give you access to that area.
Yep, Haven's gonna pull all this up on like a holographic display in front of the captain. Looks like we have a place to land.
Well, we've been told repeatedly that this place would be completely vacant and everything here is dead, which means this, based on our experiences, is going to go terribly. So everybody double check those seals to the armor and we'll take her down.
Aye, Captain.
And do
You
that
do
myself.
some-
Make sure all my stuff is sealed off.
Yeah.
You guys do a cool like lock and load montage, and then like
Yeah.
strap the
Click,
armor
click.
on, and like turn to the camera that doesn't exist.
I'm just, you
it's
see Maple in front of
suitably
me, just like
badass.
pressing all the outfits, going through.
Yeah,
It's a very slow, clueless montage.
It always cuts back to Maple, just browsing.
Mm-hmm. Like, Maple, I'd rather you not die here. No one will be here to see how beautiful you look.
That's why I got to pick the right outfit. This could be like the last thing I wear, which is like so important to pick. Anyway.
We'll
Well,
tell
doesn't feel
everyone you
bad. She
died
fears
beautifully.
Picking the wrong final outfit.
Yeah.
I mean, same.
So after you strap in and get ready, you head down to the landing site that Haven uncovered. It's about an hour on foot from the tunnels that'll give you access to those possibly intact structures, but there's really no help for it with the uneven surface of the planet. Landing is a little rough. And Haven, you find that due to the thick ash clouds, you have to rely completely on sensors to navigate. But you do manage to get down
interesting.
safely, and you can leave the ship.
Mm.
Visibility on the surface is very poor. You can get 50 feet at most, and even your dark vision is of little assistance because of the smoke and ash that sort of just swirls through the air everywhere. But you walk, and it takes about an hour following Jadnura's instructions. And soon, you come
Maple?
across an old campsite. What? Go ahead. Yeah. Good with it.
No, I was gonna make a joke. It's okay. It was just
Make
ask
a joke.
Maple.
I want to hear you. Somebody joke. No, it's-
So you
I'll
were
put you on
talking
the
about how there's
spot
all this ash, and we can't really see. I'm gonna turn to Maple and go, Maple, did you bring your personal fan and the one that makes your hair all up pretty so we can like blow away all the ash?
Oh yeah, totally. I mean, I was just using it on me this whole time, but if you want to like get in my kind of zone, it'll also work on you.
You're
Just
okay
walk,
if
like,
I come
right.
closer to you? Okay.
Oh yeah, you're thinking of Volterix, who has a problem with the closeness thing. I'm fine. I love a good hug.
Okay. Thanks, Maple.
I mean,
kinda
Voltaric
walk
should be
like-
pretty
I
happy
guess.
here.
Yeah.
It's all dark and brutal and visibility's low. Everything's
I haven't
dead.
seen
it.
her this whole time.
Yeah, pretty much.
Ah! Eh,
Oh, you are here.
He's right there. Mm.
Yes, I'm not even trying to stealth.
Well, maybe you and Casca should push ahead a little bit. Just make sure that everything is how it appears.
Yep.
Yes,
She'll
Captain.
just take off and disappear.
Whoa.
Sure.
Yeah.
Oh,
I feel like
Zigzag
now
disappears.
the like, footprints are appearing like Scooby-Doo.
Yeah.
Kazka and Volterix, pushing ahead just a little bit, you actually find the entrance to one of these giant tunnels. It's a very large entrance to a tunnel that Haven had described you would find. So you head down in there. Looking just inside, you actually see the remains of a camp. There are some pop-up shelters bearing the Starfinder Society logo, hardened to withstand the very harsh conditions here. A lot of it's all like covered in dust and ash, and it's clearly been here for a while, but because it's sort of sheltered in this tunnel and it's all designed specifically to survive in very harsh environments, you see that it still stands. You must be on the right track, but you don't see anybody. However, I would like wants both of you make a perception check for me.
Yeah.
23.
22.
Okay.
Mhm.
Two. You both see that coming into this tunnel from a different direction, and then heading away from the camp deeper into the tunnels, there is a single set of humanoid footprints in the ash, and it has to be fairly recent because there's so much ash flow that they would be totally obscured quickly. So this has to be something within the last day or two. Somebody has been through here.
I'll calm the cap. Hey, Captain, it looks like we're not alone here. We are seeing some footprints up ahead.
I am shocked that this planet of the dead is not, in fact, completely uninhabited. Is it safe for the two of you to continue proceeding?
Sure.
Yes, just if you find them, try not to kill them before we arrive, Volterix.
Well, then you may want to make haste. And she'll just zoom forward toward and following the tracks, but with a high level of stealth, if possible.
High level of stealth.
High. That's why I want
levels
to
of
roll
stealthing.
it.
Super high stealthing.
Like the highest level of stealthing you can. Not really. That's a 32.
Wow.
32. It's pretty good stealthing.
Yeah.
That's
Pretty
pretty
solid.
good.
Yeah, you are
Good.
you
That's
are
it.
making your way along. Unfortunately for you, while you are very stealthy, the tunnels start to narrow and get lower, and you find very soon that you have to walk on the surface of the planet.
We can walk
Cannot
together.
fly in the tunnels.
Walk? Me?
Yes. So obviously
Also-
scuttle the mission and just quit.
Yeah.
I'm out. I'm out, Cap. Sorry, this is too far. Okay, then she walks very slowly.
Sure.
She'll touch
Also,
down.
this is just
Stealthy.
for
Sure.
for flavor, but I never pictured. I forgot that Voltarix's wings would have to be like covered by the suit as well. So it's like a full suited
Her
wing
wings
situation.
are actually like made of metal as well. So
Oh,
her
cool!
wings are actually kind of like part armor.
That's
That's
awesome.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know Volterix is moving very, very quietly. How's Kazka doing? Is Kazka making, you moving forward with
Let's
Volterix?
see.
Are you being stealthy about it?
Yeah, so if the captain said to move forward, I'll be stealthy. I'll try to hide behind.
Mhm.
14 plus 10, 24.
You're pretty good. Not quite as good as Volterix, but you are no
Sure.
slouch when it comes to sneaking through some underground tunnels. And then a question for the remainder of the party: are you guys just hanging out waiting for reports, or are you trying to like
No,
keep a
still
specific
moving.
distance between? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Just faster.
give them like a 30-second head start and then start moving, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Yeah.
Cool. So you start moving through the tunnels. You know from Haven's rough map that it's going to be a little bit of exploration in there. There's a lot of offshoots. You're not 100% certain exactly what you're looking for, other than at some point you should be able to, if you trace the route, should come upon some of these ruins. You do know that there are some, even with the scans, there's some fuzzy portions of the map where they weren't able to quite get the crisp detail in the scans that would give you a direct route to follow. But you're making your way through, and go ahead and make me another perception check as you're making your way along.
Ooh, only a 14.
Only a 14.
Did you want
Everybody
mine
or just
too,
the two?
Jim?
Yeah, Kazka,
Yeah.
go for it. Just the two scouts ahead. Kazka, though, yeah, you for sure.
21.
21. Okay.
Nice.
Volterix, you're very quiet, but you don't quite notice what Kazka sees. Kazka, you see, as you're moving through the tunnels, a, strange greenish glow out of the corner of your eye. And when you turn to look at it, it vanishes. But then you see it on the other side, and you turn to look, and it vanishes. And then you see it one last time, and you turn quickly trying to catch what it is. There's some kind of movement just at the edges of your vision, and you quickly turn to try to catch it, and you see something seep into the walls of this tunnel.
No.
And just a second after that, the cave walls behind the two of you and in front of the two of you erupt in a flurry of violence as two large, stony figures emerge from the cave walls and charge the both of you.
What?
And it is time to roll initiative.
Oh, snap.
No.
We did
I gotta stop letting me just
The rocks are alive.
I realize
Rocks
we're
are
not
alive.
there
You
yet,
forgot
but
to check the rocks.
do you still
Oh,
want
I
our
rolled a
initiative
one.
for when we do?
I
when we
do
it?
want all of your
No.
initiatives because you guys are not so far behind that you wouldn't, especially when things kick off. You'll be aware of the danger and be able to react. So
Okay.
Little
kids, so that was
everybody
not
roll
very good.
initiative.
25.
25. Got it?
Haven got a
Maple?
natural 1, but a 5 total.
Oh,
gross.
Haven.
You've
I got a 10
successfully
total.
disbelieved, Haven.
Yeah.
10 total for Maple, and then Kazka, what are we looking at?
16.
16.
Not too great.
So, Volterix, you didn't notice this, but Kazka, you did. So in this first round, the creatures and Kazka will get to act. And after that, we will head into regular initiative with everybody acting. Unfortunately, these creatures got the jump on Kazka. Even though she noticed them, they were still just a little bit quicker to react. One of them is going to come up behind the two of you, reach out, and try to just slam Kazka with a great stony boulder-like fist. Against Kate. Oh, Kazka. That's a
No,
nat
did you
20
crit?
for my very first roll. I am dead serious. Nat 20 first roll of the night. I thought the Game Blazer was going to be a problem, but maybe
No.
it was holding me back all this time.
Don't put that blazer on.
Go put it
Get
on.
the
Put that
blazer.
blazer back on right now.
No.
Oh, Kazka.
God,
You're going to take 29 points of damage as this thing
you
just
kidding?
crashes right on the top of your head. If you didn't have your armor sealed right now, it would have caved your skull clean in. Well, Terex, now you notice the danger, and you notice another one of these
Sure,
giant,
she heard it.
rocky guys. Just it doesn't so much it doesn't really erupt from the wall. It almost melts out of the wall, as if the stone just sort of takes a shape and becomes fluid for an instant, and then solidifies into this elemental creature that then actually doesn't come for you. It just slides forward and reaches past you and tries to hit Kazka, almost as if a 32 was enough that it doesn't quite notice you're there yet. Just a little too fuzzy for it. So I'll kill Kazka because you were too stealthy to be a target. And Kazka, oh, not a natural 20, but it is certainly going to hit you. You get pummeled from both sides. 16 more points of bludgeoning damage as both of these elementals just crash into you.
I'm gonna
And now it is
use my
your turn.
reaction.
Oh,
Oh, I was gonna use my reaction to
Unfortunately,
help.
you don't have
Oscar a
line of
little bit.
sight to them.
Oh,
You don't have
okay.
line of sight to them
Never
right
mind.
now. Sorry. If you look on the map, you'll notice you guys are on the map. You're a bit behind the group,
Forgetting
and you
about
can now definitely
pesky line of
hear
sight.
the sounds of all this danger. But you were not aware of it before it started, unfortunately. Kazka, you were aware, and you get to act now. What do you do?
I'm mad at you.
Mhm.
Okay, so first off,
I would
for my
be.
move action, I'm going to activate my armor. And then
Sure.
this new
Get
thing I
beefy.
picked up. Yeah, I'm gonna get beefy. This new thing I picked up is Corona. Not coronavirus, but one
Oh,
of
yeah.
my 6th level revelations is Corona.
Yes.
Ooh.
It says I can do it as a standard action. Could I explode right here and there because I didn't draw my sword yet?
Oh no.
You can activate Corona. I don't think there's any reason that you can't. It's just a standard action to do. And you are limbed with a fiery light. Now,
Yeah.
let's see what's going to happen for you. You get cold resistance 10. I don't know if that's going to help you at this point. However, it does look like this will help you. If any creature hits you with a natural weapon or melee weapon, they take some damage too. So you're going to burn these creatures if they try to touch you again. Probably a good
Yeah.
call.
Yeah.
I like it.
So here we go. I'm gonna burst into almost like a really?
Well, you don't do any damage right now. What happens is,
I'm
with
sorry.
the Corona, if a creature hits you with a natural weapon or melee weapon, they will then take damage. So you basically give yourself like a little fire shield. Yeah, it's not like the
Then,
Nova explosion.
Got it. Can I still grab my weapon out but not hit him this round because it's a move action?
Well, if you're activating your armor as a move action and then using Corona as a standard
Okay.
action, that's gonna cost you everything this round. But it's
Fair
gonna set you
enough,
up.
fair
to be nice
enough.
nice and defended for the next round.
Yes.
Now we will move into regular initiative. Gunnan, you hear crashes and violence ahead, cries of pain. You know that even though you can't see your companions, they are in trouble. They need their captain.
35 movement is enough to get me there, right? I counted it out, but I should double check.
I can almost guarantee.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, Jim.
With that,
Jim's
is he wonking out for
malfunctioning.
everybody? I was about to say, I didn't know if
Yes.
that was me or him.
Am I malfunctioning?
Yep.
There you go.
use,
Now you're back.
super lag.
What's happening? Are we good?
I hear you now.
Yeah.
Yeah. You just super lagged. Did you say I could do it?
Okay, cool. Sorry. Yes, you can.
That's okay.
I would say one thing to keep in mind is that these creatures being large will have reach. So while you can move 35 feet, I would say that if you would want, and to avoid any attacks of opportunity, you would want to stop in the square that I'm pinging. If you move out of that square, you'll take an attack of opportunity because they have reach with their 10 feet.
Well, if I'm gonna shoot him, I can't ping. I don't know why I can never do this. If I'm just gonna shoot him, here, let me see. If I go to here, do I have line of sight to just shoot him?
Let's see. Let me see if I can get a line in there. Yeah, because they're big. Yeah, you can basically. Yeah, there's no reason you can't. You can see him from there.
Yep. I'm gonna render him flat-footed. I have a 36 to bluff him.
36 would do it.
All right, excellent. And he cannot hurt Kazka anymore. That is going to be
thank you.
well. I mean, maybe he can. I'm gonna try.
Right.
A 22 to shoot him.
You shot him.
Hey.
Yay.
Gonna put the artillery laser on him, by the way, which is penetrating if they're rocky. I don't know if that matters if they have hardness.
It will. They do.
Nice.
Well, they have some DR, so yeah. Rocks typically don't have any weak spots, but you found one.
It's a rock. It doesn't have any vulnerable spots. That is 11 points of damage.
11 points of damage, which will just burn through. You just start drilling through its rocky form. And it
Help has arrived.
Help has arrived, indeed.
Oh, we need it.
And that is it for me.
Alrighty, Volterix. There's a problem in front and behind.
Oh yeah.
What do you do about it?
But I'm gonna take on the guy that is in front of me. Because I probably would have heard that shot go off by the captain. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use my trick attack with my brand new skip shot pistol.
Ooh.
Hashtag I leveled up. Hashtag I can do 2 extra points of damage. So I'm gonna use stealth for my trick attack. Ooh, okay. That's going to be a 31.
Okay, that is let me
Stealth.
check their CR real quick. Yeah, that's a successful trick attack.
And then to hit them. Oh. Okay. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. 24.
24 is a hit.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
No, he hesitated and it scared me. All right. Here it comes. Oh man, both of my d4s I got 1s. Both of them. What are the odds? All right, so that's 7 plus
1 and 4.
9. No.
It's 16.
Yes, 7 plus 9. Thank you. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 points of damage total.
21 points of damage, and these are rocky creatures. So I'm going to shave 5 right off the top of that.
That's
But you still managed to make a decent crack in the hide. Now, I will say, I had said that they hadn't noticed you before. They notice you now as you fire at them, so just keep in mind that you'll be incurring attacks of opportunity for those kinds of attacks in the future, now that they see,
Well,
there was a second one.
Huh?
But that's all.
Oh, okay.
No, I was saying in the future. I was letting you get away with it this
Yes,
time because they
but-
hadn't noticed you yet. But after you fire, boom, they're like, oh, look, there's a second one here. We should kill her too.
But my mistake, since 4th level, I have had uncanny mobility, which means my trick attack does not provoke attacks of opportunity.
Ah.
Look at you.
Ooh.
Look who
Yeah,
finally
really gotta get rid of
read the
Volterix.
things she had for a while.
I hate that every time you read your character sheet, she becomes more
get
and more
better.
horrible. Like, it's already
read the
bad,
sheet.
and you just keep making it worse. Stop reading your sheet.
I
No more
literally
going
read
to
that like a
Volterix.
second ago, and I was like, "Oh, I have that? Darn! I haven't been
Yeah,
using
you
it.
probably
I've been taking
could've
so
saved
many
yourself a ton
attacks
of
of
trouble.
opportunity." Yeah. All
I
right.
know. All right, Volterix. Well, it's my
You know,
turn.
it's
And I'm going to take this opportunity to try to get rid of you by smashing you twice.
Okay.
This thing that you just blasted is upset, and even though it cannot take attacks of opportunity against you while you're trick attacking it, it can take its regular attacks and just try to pummel. First attack against your KAC. Oh my gosh, the Game Blazer was holding me back. That is another natural 20.
Put it on.
It is natural 20 number 2.
Oh my gosh!
You can't TP chaos
in the first room.
Volterix.
I'd like to roll to disbelieve.
I rolled to disbelieve.
have you done?
I'm gonna
well,
text Dana,
whether you
tell her
believe
to
it
put
or
your
not,
blazer on.
take 28 points of bludgeoning
Oh my
damage as this thing just crushes you, practically slamming you up next to the wall, putting you between a
Wow.
rock and a hard place for sure. And then its
Wow.
second attack.
I did not consent
Second
to that.
attack, not nearly as good, but still gonna hit a
Oh.
KAC of 28 and just deal some regular damage.
Oh
Regular.
gosh.
15 more points, Volterix.
Oh.
The other one is going to try to do the same thing to Kazka and just slam
Hey,
twice.
Got my
Kazka,
armor up.
just remember,
Yeah.
if it does hit you, I'll also have to take 2d6 points of fire damage. And that
Yes,
first
please.
attack, with the -4 for full attacking, is going to be a 21 against
Yep.
KAC. That gets you? All right.
Yeah, because I'm at 220.
Slams. Oof. Just barely then. Slams you. You take 14 points of damage. Go ahead and deal that 2d6 fire to me.
Oh yeah.
How many
Corona.
points was that?
14.
How many points of damage? 14. Let me write that somewhere.
14,
real quick.
yeah.
14 and 2. Fire. 6. Roll 6 and 5. 11.
Ooh, pretty good damage. Almost max for the
Yeah.
Corona. The second attack comes in. This creature seems heedless of its own. Or maybe it was
gosh.
actually a little bit afraid because this is only going to hit an armor class with the -4 is 16. So maybe it was a little hesitant after getting burned from that first attack and pulls its punch a little bit. Not able to connect. Kazka, it is your turn to lay down
my.
the law.
I am hurting. Okay,
can
here we
only
go.
imagine.
Jim, I forgot to mention, I would like this guy to be off target.
We are so done with you
I'm just saying.
and your things and your
Just saying.
character.
Off target. Don't hit my friends. Thanks.
Okay.
You're
We're
off
gonna do
target.
full round. We're gonna do full round attack. So -4.
Full round
Here
attack.
we go.
Yeah, you gotta lay it all out. You gotta lay it all out. Life or death.
Well, with a 7 plus 11, that's not gonna
18.
do it.
It
Well,
might.
7
18.
plus 11 is 18.
No,
is that against
-4.
8? Oh, because
14.
you're doing a
That's
full attack, so
14.
14. Right, yeah. So unfortunately, that will not hit.
Okay, she's gonna swing again. 20 on the die.
There we
Plus
go. See, the
my-
game blazer
It's our
is telling us
turn.
all that.
Revenge.
Yeah, it's our turn, right?
The blazer.
Revenge.
1d12 plus. Okay, here we go. Okay,
We
not,
we should call our group the Game Blazers.
Yeah. Everyone will get the
Not-
wrong
well,
idea.
While you do
I mean,
definitely
or
hit
the
with a
right
natural
idea.
20,
Or the right idea.
I have to put a little bit of a damper on your day because elementals have no anatomy. They cannot
They
be
have no vulnerable.
critically hit. So unfortunately, while you'll definitely hit, you don't get that extra damage or critical effect because they are immune.
No!
Thanks, I hate it.
Jim, every time you read the rules, you get worse and worse. Stop reading the rules.
Stop,
No.
stop reading. Yeah. Just
All right,
go with
well, it's 14 points of damage.
14 points of damage is still
Aw.
pretty good. You can see this thing is actually starting to
Yeah.
like crumble and fall apart. And as it does, you can see more and more of this ghastly like green glow in its innards. Almost like that same glow you saw just before these creatures attacked.
Mm.
Up next,
All right.
it's Maple.
Hello. So the one that's looking crumbly is the southernmost one, correct?
Yes, I would say that from where you are, though, you do not have line of sight on
I don't
either
know
of those
Crumbly,
creatures. You have to
okay.
at least, yeah, so
I'm gonna
you gotta
move
get up
my
there.
my buggo butt. Let's see here.
Yeah.
25 feet. I guess technically I can move into this little crevice here. Whoop. It's like 15 feet around the corner. All right.
Yeah, you can
Okay.
get there.
All right.
I'm good with it.
Should I move back one? Is this better, Jim?
No, I was saying you could get there. I was just checking. I'm sorry
I don't
that
know how to
checked
do the little-
distance. I'll never do
little thing.
that again.
Listen.
You're
Don't
fine
tell me I
there.
can't
Wow.
crit hit these things.
Yeah.
What I'm gonna do is I'm going to go ahead and junk shard that baby. It's looking kind of weak.
Junk shard.
Junk shard. So it needs to
I will make a
roll
reflex
reflex save, please, against a 16. And if you're wondering why my stats seem like they're 1 point above usual, I actually had an ability that I didn't read I had until last week. That gives me an extra a +1 to my DC stuff. Magic. Oops.
Read your character sheets, kids.
I got a 14 with that reflex save. I don't think that's gonna do it. I think I
You
just got
take
junk
the
sharded.
damage. So that's 3d6 piercing and slashing damage. That's 3 plus 2 plus 3 is
3, 5, 8.
3 plus 2, 5, 8. Yeah.
8 points
Yes.
of damage, and that's just slashing and piercing. You notice a lot of your junk is just clanging right off this thing's
Okay.
stony hide. Some of it gets
Is it
through,
Friday already?
Not all of it.
It's the junk that comes out are just like a bunch of Pathfinder books that have the section crossed out. Or sorry, the Starfinder books that have the section crossed out about the crit hit thing. rock fiction.
Yeah! It's the
They're all
dimension
nice.
that it doesn't
Alternative, but
exist.
incredibly meta.
Defective misprinted Starfinder books. Yep.
It's from a different dimension. I don't know how that works again. That's just how my powers are
different.
mysterious.
Wildly meta.
Yeah.
I love
My
it.
turn is done. Good job.
Haven, what are you gonna throw at me?
Yes, so just to double check on the nature, you said these are tunnels, right? So
Yes.
how high are the ceilings for this? Is it relatively low?
It ranges anywhere from like sometimes you have to stoop down a little bit, other times you can stand upright, but there's never more than like a foot or two above that you have room.
Got it. So Haven has taken sort of this stance where they are, and you can tell that this is their form of spell casting. And we're going to see a new ability as they sort of wrap all four of their arms around in this dance. You can see the light come from within them and then extend out, and all four of their arms start glowing. And they like go to the nearest wall and just scramble up it with spider climb.
Ooh.
And so
Start
Haven
climbing
is
on the walls.
Yep. Haven's going to travel along the ceiling of this tunnel and then use the
Okay.
rest of their action to move up to be above Kazka.
Okay, I believe you can move like 20 feet with spider climb,
Spider climb?
and you
Even if-
and
oh,
the spell
oh.
itself is a standard action, so you would be able to.
You're
take
right.
one
Game's a
move
climb speed of 20 feet.
Or yeah.
Gotcha. So I'll do half that.
So that would put you sort of at like, that would be right where. It
So
puts
I'm
you.
on the
But
ceiling,
Still
though.
pretty cool.
Yeah. So Maple, you just see
That's
Haven crawling in front of you on the ceiling.
Okay, alright. Guess we're doing this now.
It's what you do. It's what you do. We are at the top of the next round. Captain, Haven has just crawled over your head. You've got a line of sight to a crumbly-looking earth elemental, and your friends are in trouble. What do you do?
You know, I'm gonna try and make sure that this thing goes down. Full attack.
Full attack.
Yep. 21 and an 18.
Is that the artillery laser, right? So that's EAC.
Yes.
Both of those then are going to hit.
Hey.
Nice.
All right. Perfect. And same thing. This is a piercing weapon. So that's going to be. 12, 29, 32 points of damage.
Woohoo!
Oh!
Woohoo!
Oh my god!
All right.
Wait, no, wait, hang on, wait, no, wait, I math wrong. 13, sorry, the hell's 13 plus 9? 22 points of damage.
Nice. All
Sorry, I math
Still
wrong.
great.
Sorry. Yeah.
Still good. You level the artillery laser and just like jam the trigger, and this beam of fiery death just start carving away parts of this elemental. You actually like carve up into, as it's reaching back to come slamming down on Kazka, you just carve its arm right off through the shoulder, and you see like more of it like molds to form a new arm, but the whole mass of it is greatly diminished as you keep carving, just like slicing through its head. It forms a new one, but it's getting smaller and smaller as you just carve away pieces of it, and it is practically tiny by the time you're done with it, but it's still there, still alive in its own way, still threatening, but just not nearly as threatening as it once was. A solid turn from the captain.
Yeah.
And
Great.
Volterix,
Yeah.
what are you gonna do?
So many things, Jim. So first off, I'm gonna hit him with my new skip shot pistol and with a trick attack. So first I'm gonna roll my stealth.
Stealth.
That's going to be a 24.
You fail to stealth.
Wait. Nope.
No.
Nope. I get a plus.
I forbid it.
I get a plus 4 to my
You already
stealth when
said
using
it.
trick attack. Nope.
No. No, you
So-
don't.
Rolled
No
an
more.
8. No, you listen to me. My stealth's a 16. I rolled an 8, and I get a +4 when using stealth. So that is a 28.
8.
I don't even like this game anymore.
These aren't my
You
rules.
never stop.
I didn't make the
Good
rules.
on
Jim.
me. You had your
I just
fun.
read them.
You guys double crits in this conflict, sir.
Yeah.
I
Stop
know.
Go put your blazer on.
Oh, I remembered that. Yeah, you go away and put your
The
blazer on.
28 is a
Blazer
success.
protection's
Go ahead and do your
feelings
tickets.
also.
Which one are you targeting? The same one that you targeted last time, or the one that is
Same as last time.
crumbling behind you? Same as last time. All right.
Same as last time,
Chip away at
and
it.
that's a 23 to hit.
23. That'll do it.
Oh, I get so scared.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, here we go. Don't roll ones this time, D4s. Oh, I kid you not. They both rolled 4s this time. They're both rolling the exact same thing. All right.
Nice.
So
Sync.
that's 14, 15, 16, 17, plus 8,
What was it? 17 plus 8 is 25.
17 plus
I think it
8,
was 25.
and then plus 3, 28.
28 points of damage.
8?
Nice.
And he's off
Takes
target.
5 off the top, so it takes 23 points, and he's off target.
Mm-hmm.
Because Volterix is the worst.
He's the best.
It's a good turn, though. You did it. This thing is still pretty beefy, but you are just blasting away parts of it, and it is looking pretty diminished from its original form. Not so diminished that it can't try to slam you, but it is off target.
Yeah.
It's going to take 2 attacks at you, Volterix,
Ugh.
but
This could
it
be it,
is
friends.
going to take
Oh no.
a -6 penalty total to each one. -4 for the full attack, -2 for being off target. First swing is a 2 on the die, so we whiff
Yes.
completely, just completely thrown off by the trick attack.
Nah.
Can't get a bead on you, and then comes down with a follow-up slam. A 2 on the die.
No.
Twice in a
Okay.
row.
Whew.
Twice in a row, 2 on the die. Yeah, you thought that was a 20, because yeah. I wish, but no, it was very nearly the opposite. Almost as bad as he could have done.
Aha.
So good.
Good.
The other one of these creatures is actually going to turn its attention away from Kazka for a moment. It sees this bug crawling on the ceiling, and it's just trying to
no.
like slap upward and smash you against
Did
their
not
head.
perceive me?
That first attack, I'm afraid that's definitely going to get you. We're looking at a
We'll see.
24 to hit against KAC.
Yeah, that'll do.
12 points of bludgeoning damage, my friend. And then the
That's fine.
follow-up attack, as you continue to remain unsquished. He's going to come in with a 17 on the die. I'll go ahead and roll damage for that one. 15 points of bludgeoning damage. Just wham, wham.
Oh.
Trying to smash you against the ceiling.
I'll use
But
my
leaving
reaction
Kazka. Ooh,
Yeah.
what's your reaction?
to help go, since I know this poor Sheeran body is it's very weak. So it's I spend 1 resolve point and you get 1d4 back. Not a lot, but it'll do.
Sweet.
Oh, for
Ooh.
2 level. Oh, you can do this twice. So 2d. That's a 4 and 1. So 5 healing.
Thank you.
Take 5
take
damage
it.
right off the top of that. You go to an alternate reality where you are less damaged than you were in the other one.
Mm.
Am I
Witch
still me?
warpers.
What is my purpose?
Just your your left arm has gone to another portal and it came back.
Oh.
Kazka, this thing had turned away from you, leaving you an opening perhaps to destroy
Yes.
it. Or
Seeing that, yeah.
not. Maybe
sorry.
maybe you join the elementals. And they take care of you
No!
and
Are you kidding
become your
me?
best friends. Who knows?
I'm gonna attack Stana. Okay. I'm going to, seeing that you've just attacked Haven, she's gonna be like glowing white, and she's gonna do double attack again.
Double it.
17 plus 9. Nah. Someone please. Minus 4.
Oh, 17 plus
enough,
9 is
26.
26, 22, 22
with the minus
total.
4. And against KAC, that is a hit.
Yes. Aww. Well, that's minimum damage, so that's Brain fart. 10 points.
10
rolled a 1.
points. All
Here's my
right,
second
shaves
attack.
5 off of it because of the DR.
That's fine. 11 plus 11 is 22. 22 minus 4 is probably not enough.
18. Clangs right off the stony hide. This thing is tough to cut, but it is barely clinging to its own life. Perhaps Maple can end it.
Well, actually, I'm gonna do a little defensive move. I'm gonna target this big guy back here who's a little healthier instead.
Sure.
And I'm going to use my inhibit ability, which is brand new for level 5 Maple. Very exciting stuff. As a standard action, I can prevent a creature within 100 feet from taking its best course of action by overwhelming it with visions of its failures and other realities as a supernatural ability. So I make it like so upset about its childhood, where it is in life. Maybe it could have been a different kind of rock monster. We don't know. The target must succeed at a will save or become staggered for 1 round.
Staggered, you say?
Nope.
I hate that. I hate it, and I will consider my life to this point. Let's see. 6 on the die makes it a 10 for a will save. These things do not have good will, and it is.
I appreciate
reconsidering.
you can't crit on its body, but you can crit on its feelings.
Yeah. The one
Made him
weakness.
sad.
My one weakness.
Is it feeling crummier?
Yes, staggered. What is staggered
Yeah.
again? It can't. It can only move
Staggered
or
means
do
it can
an
only
action.
take a standard action or a move action next round. It can't take 2 actions. So it
One
couldn't
or
do
the
like
other.
a full attack. It can only do one thing. Sad. You watch as this elemental misses twice against Volterix, and then Maple, you make it reconsider. It thinks back to all those times as a little rock, and it, all the
Aw.
paths it could have gone. It thought it would be somewhere different in its life by now. It's in its like 300s, and it's just like I should have
Mhm.
made something of myself.
No retirement plan, no savings. Just,
You know-
it's just fight every day, wait in this hallway.
The grind, it's getting to him. He's sad. Do you have anything else you want to do?
Nope, that's it. That's my whole turn.
That's it. You just make him reconsider his life choices, and we move on to Haven.
So, from here, Haven is going to continue to move along the ceiling, and hopefully
Now,
this
you do
doesn't-
know that these things
Huh?
have reach, so you would know that would provoke an attack of opportunity. You're welcome
Got
to do
it.
it, but
Okay,
you just
that's
know
what I
that
was-
will happen.
That's what I was wondering. So instead, from this perch, after just being hit, Haven's actually going to take out their skip shot pistol and take a pop
Mhm.
shot on the ceiling.
Okay. That would... Well, first of all, where did you go on the map? Did you move yourself?
I'm in front of Maple.
Let me refresh my map.
Yeah.
Where
what
isn't
happened?
he on the map?
Yeah, he's
where
on the
aren't they
ceiling,
on the
baby. Upside down.
There you
view.
are.
Am I
I
not
see
there?
you now.
Oh, okay.
Yep, I see you now. I just needed
Okay.
to refresh the map, and it popped up. Roll 20. Sometimes it has,
Got it.
those issues. Now, you also know that shooting from there would provoke, but what you can do is take a guarded step, which is just 5 feet, and if you move right next to Maple, you would be out of its
Huh.
reach.
I will love to do that.
that
And
one
then
for
does a
free.
17 hit on a ranged?
What weapon are you using?
The skip shot pistol.
Right, so that's against KAC, and that is a miss. You actually strike it, but it just
Ah.
pings right off its stony hide. Can't get any penetration. This thing is tough. Good try,
Dang
though.
it. Mm.
My
turn.
That'll take us into the next round, Captain. It's all up to you.
Not gonna gamble with the full attack, but I'm gonna flat-footed and get him. So
Okay.
28 to attempt to render it flat-footed.
Flat-footed. That'll do.
All right, so flat-footed and get him, and then that's gonna be 23 to hit him. Get him and hit him.
Absolutely. Get him and hit him.
Okay.
Deal damage.
That is gonna be 15 points of damage.
15
Nice.
points of damage, and he might
Job,
be
Captain.
With
no longer
piercing.
flat-footed because he is dead.
He's fled everything.
Yay.
He's fled.
He's just flat.
Yeah.
He's just a pile of
He's
little
dust.
stones now, little pebbles.
Absolutely. Excellent. Yes, then I say, one down. And that's it for me.
One down, one more to go. Volterix, what you got? What's happening?
Trick attack to the face.
To the face. Always right to my face, you know?
Yes, it has to be
Insult.
to the face. The guy that's right in front of me that I've been hitting, who, you know,
What about
his
the
feelings have
person
been
right
hurt.
behind you? There's a drow right behind you,
Ooh.
looking real suspicious.
Excuse you.
Probably
Stop
gonna
it.
turn
Stop
on you.
picking on me.
I would
Hey,
I would consider targeting
Not
them.
nice. No,
Yeah.
we're both gloomy and broody, so no.
Yeah, no. All right, stealth coming in at a 32.
Whoa.
You know that's a success.
Yes. And then wait, no, that's a 30. I always forget the extra 4, but it doesn't matter. 36. And then here's my attack. Ooh, 17. Plus 9 is 26.
Don't know.
I'll do it. It's enough. That's
Yes.
that's the key there. Is
Yeah.
enough.
No. They didn't roll the same this time. But I did roll well. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28 points of damage.
28 points of damage, -5 for its DR, 23 points, and this thing is looking diminished. It is looking on the very edge of just collapsing in on itself, but it is not quite there yet. It's its turn, and as much as I would love to smash once at Volterix and once at Kozka, I'm reduced to but one action as I rethink everything that led me to this point. I'm gonna...
So you're off target.
You're off target.
You're off
I'm
target.
going to, on a 1 to 2,
That's a
I'm gonna
lie.
attack Volterix. On a 3 or 4, I'm going after Kozka, and that
Can I
is
volunteer?
a 4.
Oh,
Can't.
I might go
no.
down.
This thing is gonna reach right
Oh,
over you
no.
and try to slam
Oh.
Kozka.
I was coming to try
It's
to
off
help.
target.
My armor's up.
It's off target, so that is a 27 -2, 25 to hit against KAC.
Yeah, of course. Yep. There we go.
Gotcha.
Okay.
12 points of bludgeoning damage as it crushes you beneath a mighty
Okay.
fist.
I'm still
Kozka, are we
kind of
into hit
standing.
points?
Okay.
Yeah,
Are
of
we into
course,
hit points?
have
We gotta
been.
be into
We
hit
have
points at this
been.
point. Okay,
We
so
have
been.
We've
into
been
hit
there.
points, Okay,
Yeah.
we've
Oh, yeah.
been into
Rounds.
hit points.
Oh, yeah.
Well, yeah.
I don't think I'm gonna give
crit
another
on
round
me.
at you though. I don't think I'm gonna make it, because that's all I can do
No.
this round. I'm staggered, so Kozka, it's up to you.
Oh,
doing?
I'm gonna try and whack you this time. Not a full attack. Let's
Now-
see. Here we go.
Here's an option. You are fully attuned. You could explode. It's been 3
No,
rounds.
no.
You want to just explode?
The Terex is
You
right
explode in a 10-foot. No, don't. No. Just it'll be fine. She'll be fine.
How much damage does that exploding do?
there. It's not too much.
It's like 66.
What's
it
not
goes up
too
with your
much?
level.
Whoa.
It's not
Yeah, it's
66,
significant.
Is it? Is it really?
Yeah, it's supposed to go up with your level.
I didn't know that.
Uh,
I thought it was
well,
just
you guys gotta read
1d6.
the-
Please don't 66 me right now. Please.
Yeah, do it. It's so good.
No, I'm not gonna do that. That's a lot of damage. I didn't realize it
Yeah.
goes up with your level. I didn't think that. Okay, no, I'm just going
That's
to.
amazing.
I'm just gonna attack it once.
Is it a
Here we
reflex
go.
save?
Yeah, it's a reflex save.
yeah,
You'll be
it's just-
fine.
I might be able to survive.
She can take
You want me to try
it.
Don't listen to freaking Jim Jam over here. He's trying to kill us.
Yeah.
Does reflex pass, or is there like half damage if
Half.
I pass?
Let me-
Oh, it's half damage. It's half damage.
You know what? Do it. Do it. Do it. Because I want
Yeah,
to
you're
test out
right.
my new
Once-
exploit anyway.
You're
so do
right. 1d6 per level. Okay, here we go.
You've
Just
got like
look
the
at Volterix.
angel
I
of the
go.
devil on your shoulder. Like, do it, explode. Don't do it. No, do it.
I don't like where this.
Explode.
Oh man!
very
I
bad
look at
to do it.
Volterix. I'm like, I'm sorry. And then she goes, ah! She just explodes. Okay,
Never
here we go.
change.
1. So, okay, someone count for me, please. So 2,
Okay.
2,
4,
1. Oh, look, this is not that great.
5,
1,
6,
6,
12,
6,
18,
and 1. It wasn't that great of
19.
rolls.
19
19.
It
total.
was those 6s though definitely bumped you up. I got a terrible reflex save, so go ahead and I will just go ahead and crumble to the ground in a pile of dust. But I'd love to know what happened to Volterix.
Oh, I just rolled a nat 20 for my reflex save, making it a 30. But I don't even take half damage, Jim Jam, because of this new exploit that I have called evasion. So if I pass on a reflex save with something that would usually give you an effect for passing, I take no effect. I'm a winner. I've beaten you.
Wow. Yeah.
I
mean,
win
you
Starfinder.
take no damage as Kazka explodes. But you
Wait,
know what? The
I'm like
ceiling
I'm
right
like
above
Volterix.
you.
No!
Yeah, I was about to say we still got a lot of
What?
show left for that level of humor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
It's
die.
been years, Dave,
instantly.
years.
Oh my god.
Rocks
It's
fall,
unfortunate
everybody
for
dies.
Volterix, but you're fine. This creature is not though. It just like melts as Kazka explodes, and all of you see that as this one crumbles to the ground, among the plumes of dust from these crumbled elementals, you see a flash of green light as these wispy forms snake away from the aftermath of the battle and melt into the walls of the tunnel. But nothing else happens. You just see these like weird, ghastly forms that disappear. Now you're left
I'm
in
going-
the silence of the tunnels.
As soon as the silence happens, you just hear Kazka! And Haven comes scampering across the ceiling and reaches down one of their hands and to automatically heal you for 10 at least.
Thank you. Yeah, I sit down on the ground because I am not feeling good.
Yeah, this might be one of those good opportunities to take a tanner and spend a resolve
Yes.
point, get those stamina points back. I think
I'm
How do I
gonna
get that?
Volterix got a little bit bruised up.
Yeah.
You literally just you guys spend 10 minutes resting. As long as nothing attacks you, you spend 1 resolve point. You regain all of your stamina. No hit points, but all of your stamina comes back.
So
I'm gonna
I
look
have
at
half
Haven.
my
I'm sorry.
I mean, pending
No, it's okay.
pending how hurt you were, we have those medical injections also. Don't
We
forget
do.
they can
The
give hit
syringes.
points back.
I just kind of stick my arm out. I'm like,
Please, someone.
I'm not doing still good. I'm in my hip
Yeah, we'll
points
just-
still.
Jab you with one of them. What, is it 2d4 plus 2?
I want to say
Let me
you
double
had some
check.
moderate
Healing
skill check.
serum, it's a Mach
Ooh.
3. So
Yeah, Mark
68.
3 is good. Yeah, you're gonna get back some significant healing from that.
Jeez, 68?
You had used 1 last time. You had a total of 3 at first. You used 1 last session. Use 1 now. They'll leave you with 1 remaining Mark 3.
I mean, unless you want to use something
Groovy.
lighter in health-wise, I need half my hit points.
36
I don't know
points
that we-
I
back.
believe.
Wow.
Oh, okay.
I don't know that we
I
have anything
am-
else. Yeah.
Okay,
No,
no
yeah.
worries. Then I'm completely full. I just kind of get
Good
up and
stuff.
I hug Haven. Yeah, I hug Haven.
Thank you.
I'm sorry you had to explode.
It's alright. It comes every now and then, but it's a good feeling when it does.
Also, end of the hug. You're very warm still. End the hug. Ending. End now. End the
Sorry,
hug.
sorry. It's the Nova in me, supernova in me. Sorry.
Very hot. Very hot.
Haven, do you have more of that like heal magic
Hmm.
thing?
Come closer, Voltarix. I'm very proud of you.
I think we're close enough.
They'll lay a hand on you for 10.
Ooh, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to take these 10 minutes and look at the cavern to my right.
Sure.
If that is an option to search. Generally speaking, search the cavern's room
Yeah.
for items.
Sure.
or-
Go ahead and make a perception check.
Okay. It's not very good perception, but I'll do my best. Oh. That is a. What's my perception? I don't. It's a 7. I perceive it.
7. Yeah, it's a big cavern. There's some more tunnels that extend beyond. You find a really pretty rock that catches most of your attention. You're trying to pry it from the walls for most of those 10 minutes, but no avail.
Okay. I'm useless.
Does anybody else want to be doing anything while your companions rest up?
Haven is medicining.
Right, Haven is medicining.
I'm just keeping an eye on
Captain
things
Gannon?
while they're resting. I'm just watching to make sure we don't get ambushed again. Feels like if something got away and
absolutely.
we don't know what it was. We can talk
Absolutely.
during this time, right?
Oh yeah, and you guys can basically talk and do absolutely.
Did anybody else notice those weird green energetic things that departed after the elementals were defeated?
It did seem strange.
So that's what like in the magical world we call ghosts. I'm pretty sure I would know about this. Because I have some like special, I have some special magics that are, specifically attuned to like non-corporeal beings. It's sort of what we call them. They're not like, really just called ghosts, but.
So,
That
is it
would
gonna
be
come
why-
back? Sorry, Haven.
What if you just like call for it? Like, hey, Mr. Ghosty, like we're here now. We defeated your rock guys.
I'm not like a ghost whisperer. I'm more like, I just like know they exist and I can, I know I have magics that work against them. So I'm not like ghost friendly really, but I have not really met more than maybe one ghost. I don't know if that was a ghost that one time. It could have just been like really dark and windy that day. I don't know. I don't want to talk about it.
I mean, like, usually they're totally fine unless they want to like hurt you, but usually they just want you to like do something for them that like is keeping them here. I don't know.
I mean, it could have. Are you sure that you saw a ghost and it wasn't just Voltaric sneaking around again?
It could have been Voltarix.
It could have been
Fair cap.
Voltarix. So maybe it's Voltarix that one time for sure. But I don't know. I think there were like 2 little glowies that came out of the rock thing. So potentially this cave has more possessed things. Maybe they're not rock monsters. Maybe they're like other constructs. I don't know. That's kind of scary.
Jim,
This
the
would be
footprints
why
we saw.
this-
Sorry, guys.
Go ahead,
Okay.
Diana.
Go for it,
The foot-
Casca.
Sorry. The footprints we saw, could we assume those footprints came from the rock monsters, or would it be something different?
No, you would know. The rock monsters were much too large to have made those.
Could we make some type of knowledge check as to what could have made those footprints?
Survival is a good skill for prints, if you got it.
I got
I
it.
don't have it.
I'm good at survival. 25.
25. You know that the prints that you've been following, though a lot of them have been obscured now with your passage and then this battle, you have to actually move down the tunnel a little bit to pick up that trail again. But when you find another set of these prints, you're looking at a medium humanoid bipedal creature wearing armor, like a sealed suit, boot prints. So definitely not these elementals. Definitely not a ghost. You would assume ghosts don't make footprints. I would also say that since apparently Maple has been reading up on ghosts and studying them, if you wanted to attempt a mysticism check, you could. If you believe this place to be haunted, could try to make contact with any lingering spirits. I would allow that. I think that's fun.
I really wanted to do this scene. My dude, that is 16 plus 12, whatever that math is like.
Yeah, 28.
There it is.
Maple, you have to like get out some of your crystals, and you like set them up in a little design on the floor. And explain to everybody how important they are and the energies that flow between them. And you make everybody sit in a circle and hold hands.
And I do hope
Call
that
out.
I do not hold anyone's
videos.
hand.
Volterix, give me your hand.
No. I'm not
Volterix
doing
doesn't
that.
complete the circle and it
Volterix.
fails.
No.
Just like touch
Come
her
on,
wingtip.
Volterix.
She can't feel it over there.
Think of it as practice for the next time you see Zoe.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Aw. So,
Thank you, Haven.
yeah, I got your back.
I laugh. I like.
If we want to know about these ghosts, you all need to like seriously pay attention for like 3 seconds.
Sorry.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay,
I
sorry.
do Voltarix the benefit of not making eye contact when I hold her other hand.
Aw.
But it's
So,
like
sit down.
this, like one little finger, like
Yeah.
Little kid.
Incredibly childish, and we all love it.
Yeah, I very much feel, without any evidence whatsoever, that witch weird fingers have like extra knuckles, like. you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Mhm.
I
Hate
close
this.
my eyes and I do like a very I like sing a little song, and it's like so unnecessary. I'm just like making a show because I want some like extravaganza in our lives, and and then I just say, okay, knock knock, who's there? And that's like,
Aska.
nope, not you.
As you complete
Oh.
the very official, very important ritual, you wait for just a moment, and the rest of you are starting to think that maybe this is just another one of Maple's foolish games. But then, in the very center of this formation of crystals that she's set out, you see a little green glow in the floor that actually starts to form upward as if something is like melting out of the floor, and you see a forlorn looking green spirit floating in the center of these crystals, and it very calmly looks around at all of you, and then it looks at Maple, and it opens its mouth and tries to speak, but it doesn't, like, you can only sort of vaguely at the very edges of your hearing. It's almost like maybe it's just the breeze. You hear something, and then it looks sad once again. It's like when it can't make the words come out. So it looks at you, Maple, one more time, and instead of opening its mouth, it holds up a hand, palm up, fingers splayed towards you, and it just waits there, and it
I touch
And as
the
you
top
make-
of his
yeah.
hand. Please don't kill me, Jim.
as
like
you
no
as you
face.
make contact with this spirit, you all watch it just like get sucked into Maple's palm, and it's gone.
Oh no.
And Maple, you can now feel another presence in your mind. And it doesn't speak to you in words, but you get this sense of like sadness and fear and a pleading. And you like, when you close your eyes, you can actually like see it in your mind. That spirit, again, you can see it as if it were standing right in front of you. And it, you can sort of see the tunnels, and you see it like points down the tunnel, and then then you open your eyes, and everything sort of comes back into focus.
That was pretty chill. This ghost is very sad. It seems like maybe we should not have beat up those rock monsters, but it's like very upset at something, and it wants us to go down the hall. It feels like how I feel after I read Volterix's diary, which I know is something we all do like weekly together, but
I do not have a diary. No.
okay, it's just some
You are
words in a
Give me
book.
Joe pajamas
Oh,
today.
yeah.
I
No,
don't also
doesn't
have a diary. Calm down, everyone.
So Volterix's diary canon and
Oh,
exists
yeah,
for real.
for sure.
And
It's a
can
video
never be
diary.
removed,
Yes.
but
I mean, we take
Video
the time
diary,
to act
yeah.
like we don't know.
It's in the equipment book
Wait.
of Starfinder for sure.
Kill me, Jim Jim. Just kill me.
But anyway, it sounds like we're dealing with some like upset spirits. So maybe like something in this place made them all like cuckoo bananas, and that's why when the what's his name when Jadnura took that thing, maybe he made them mad. I don't know. Could be connected though.
Congratulations on your
Saying all
correct
this.
hypothesis, though.
I mean, we don't
Well,
know if
yeah.
it's correct or not.
Oh, I
Well-
mean,
Oh,
just
yes.
about the ghost part.
That is true.
Yeah,
Is the
Captain,
ghost
there is, like, a
still
ghost in
floating
me right
around
now.
inside your head?
It
Well,
kinda, like,
stand
turned off.
by. I activate telepathic message. I can bridge all of us together.
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay. So you can see it. All right.
I don't know.
I
Can I
think
see
you-
it?
Okay.
I bridge us all together.
You don't sense the presence of like another entity when you get that. Like you can talk to Maple telepathically, you can talk to all of these people telepathically, but you don't get a sense for the spirit at all. But Maple, you still can very much feel it, even though it had shown you something, and then that ended when you opened your eyes. But as you're talking about, you're mentioning like we don't know what happened to it, and we're not sure about it. You get another like vision in your mind, another picture, and you see hundreds, maybe more, of these wisps, and as it focuses in, they're all like snarling and filled with rage and pain, and they're like slamming against something, like they're trapped somewhere, and they're just like trying to burst free. And you see the whole image sort of like zooms out, and you see one floating outside of this, looking forlornly at the others, and then back at you, and then that vision ends again.
Okay, so yes, the little green spirit is still in my head. Don't know, you probably can't see it. But it seems like, first of all, there's like so many of them here. There's just like an unlimited number, so we do not want to piss them off. But they're mad. They're trying to get in or out of somewhere, I guess. And like one is like floating around being sad by itself. I don't know, this is like very vague, but it seems like we have a ghost mystery, yes. So we need to like probably solve it and help them. I don't know. I mean, if this thing is in me like permanently, we probably should solve it, or it'll, I don't know, vengeful ghost spirits. I'm not sure what that'll do to me, but
Do we
Ooh, are
think
you
all the
possessed or
spirits? Do we think all the spirits are all the people who passed, or species who passed away?
I mean, I guess so.
Did
If
it
there was
seem
like
like
a
that?
cataclysmic event. I mean, I guess it would make sense if they were the last living things on this planet. Then it's probably them. Like just me rationalizing it out, but I don't know exactly what they are. Mysteries.
If perhaps they had died on this planet during the volcanic eruptions, they may be trapped in a natural formation.
Mm-hmm.
They were definitely ghosts, so I don't think they're still alive. If that's what you mean.
Mm.
Well, now you have a voice in your head, and you've got a new best friend.
Oh, are we friends? I don't know.
Not me, the ghost.
No, I know we're friends. I know I'm not talking about the ghost. I don't know if the ghost and I are friends. Just because like it's inside me doesn't mean like we're friends. I mean, like know
Well, you
it's
don't
me.
know. You never know.
Well, that's opposite of the standard state of affairs. As long as
I
you
would
feel like
agree.
it's not harming you, perhaps we should look about helping whoever is stuck here. I suppose if we can look after the undead like Zoe, we can also look after the disembodied.
So,
Yeah, just like another notch in our belt. Let's go. Are we all rested?
Yes, thank you. Thank you, Haven.
One problem though, we saw those things coming in and out of the walls and in and out of the elementals, so I don't know where they might be stuck.
The ghost, I should name this thing. Maybe its name is Bear. Okay, so its name's Bear, and it did just say that we
Bear.
should keep going into the cave to figure out what it wants us to see. Its name is Bear. That's canon.
So we should go. Captain, do you
Yes.
want Volterix and I to stealth forward?
If you feel up to it, I wouldn't want anything else terrible to happen to the two of you.
Volterix is already like beelining her way forward.
Well, we'll be right behind. This time we only give them like a 15-second head start instead of a 30-second head start.
Yeah,
And
decided to tighten up
I
the
would-
formations.
I will say
Mhm.
too, Jim Jam, as long as the tunnel is still intact, Haven is gonna climb along the ceiling because the spell is active for another hour.
Ooh.
Hey.
You can climb along the ceiling. That's exactly what you would do, right?
Yep. Where'd they go? No. Although you said if there's barely room for them to stand up, the captain's probably folded in half because he's 7 foot. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah, the
I'm like
still at the
we're
same
spider
level.
gunning. Exactly. I'm like I'm the spider on the floor. They're the spider
Yeah,
on the
yeah.
ceiling. Yeah. Yep.
Excellent.
If it matters,
it's
I rolled a
about
32 for stealth.
I mean, it mattered last time.
Always
so,
matters.
Yeah,
It did.
it's good. You
Gotta
creep
sneak
along.
that in there.
Kazuka, do you want to roll a stealth too? Or you
Yes,
just want to start like
please.
banging some pots and
No.
pans and just
No. I mean, I probably will with this roll. 13. I'm crunching.
13.
My
Well,
my boots are crunching the pebbles.
yeah, there's a lot of debris the further you get down these tunnels. The good news for Volterix is that if anything pops out of the walls, it'll notice Kazuka first and ignore her and kill her. She'll have just enough time to get out of the way once again. But you make your way through the rest of the tunnels. It's another like 5-6 minute walk before the tunnel actually opens up into a bigger area, and you can actually see the ruins of a town destroyed in some catastrophic volcanic activity ages and ages ago. Everything is very, very old. The damage was so severe that most things are just outright buried, but there are a few buildings that are accessible, that are actually still intact and standing. You see, walking closer and sort of getting an idea of what's around, there is a library that is still intact. Looks like you can still get in there. There is
Always a library.
Yeah.
There is a museum that looks to be pretty
Ooh.
well preserved.
Mm.
And then, of course, there is something that stands in the town square.
I go there.
All look worthy of investigation. You go to there.
Go to there. But I
Were you gonna
perceive
say
my
something?
way there.
Sure. Gunnan, did you have something?
I actually would like to go to the museum, believe it or not. I know a lot about cultures. It might give some insight into who these people are, or at least when this was.
Sure. Well, we will pass through the town square to get to the museum. Then we'll make it. We'll make everybody happy. You on your way. You are making your way across this sort of like ruined, ancient, half-buried town, and Maple. You're not quite well. I imagine you can figure out why you suddenly know. You know what this place is called, and you know the buildings that are intact. Like you were the one who recognized the library is over there, and then there's the museum, and this is the town of Zahari. You just know these things. And
tell everyone
you
this
get
thing.
towards. Yeah.
Well,
Tell
do
everybody
do
the
we
name
know
of the
who
town.
these people are? Are they the same as the other Scoured Stars natives?
Maple, you know that they called themselves the Mentrasi. And you get a flicker from the Scoured Stars, and then a whole bunch of weird, complex, swirling thoughts and emotions that sort of just become a confusing, untangled mass. And there's something there. There's some connection, but you can't make sense of it.
Unclear.
you shake the magic 8-ball and you get the unclear.
Yeah.
That's
So
right.
Outlook
we should
unclear.
probably, we should probably investigate a
Outlook
little more in the
unclear.
museum then.
Hmm.
But at least passing through the town square of Jahari, you all actually feel this sort of like sense of nervousness at first that passes very quickly. There is like a fountain that once stood here, and so it was a very large. It must have been like this was the centerpiece for this town, but it looks like there's this like stone column plopped in the center of the fountain, and there are a bunch of like half-buried tools, and it looks like there was some kind of work. Now this is all very ancient. This wasn't stuff that was done recently, but like there's this fountain, and then there's this rock that was almost like placed on top of the fountain. It's weird. It looks a little bit out of place. But then passing by that on your way to the museum, you find this is actually a pretty tall building that still stands. There are 4 spires of varying heights that stand at the corner of a very broad intersection. Its large, steep stairway leading to the front entrance gives it a cathedral-like appearance, while the 4 spires give the building the appearance of a 4-fingered hand grasping towards the heavens. The crumbling stone facade reveals a very sturdy metallic structure underneath, which is very likely how this place survived the cataclysm and the test of time. It has a very sturdy structure. What do you do?
Oh, and then just for the visual of it, this is all a town, but it's still within the tunnels, right? So if Haven is going along
So
the
there
ceiling,
actually is like a ceiling higher. It's higher here overhead, but this is like basically trapped in this like pocket, this bubble. So yeah, there is no open sky above.
Can I ask the ghost if it can point me to a clue?
More of what happened here.
You're asking what happened here. There is like you get this like sense of anguish and fear, and then you actually close your eyes. You could see this great pyroclastic flow just like making its way over the town, burning everything, burying everything. But what you catch it just before the vision ends, there is a flash, and it's hard to tell. Maybe you don't know, but like there are no, like, you expect from that scene to see like all these Mentrasi like fleeing or something, but you see a bunch of them just lying in the street, and then they get buried as if they were all, and then it just ends. Like you don't get any more sense for what's happening.
I tell everyone the weird story. It's very sad. Don't feel like that was related directly to the museum, but I did ask what happened, and I think that's sort of like what's on its mind right now. But no more indication of like why it happened or like who this civilization really is, what they do.
From what you described, it
Museum
seems
door-
almost as if they were waiting for it to happen, as if they had accepted their fates.
Do you
Yeah,
think
we'll go
maybe
towards
that
the
has to
museum.
do with putting the big stone on top of that fountain thing? Maybe they were trying to avoid some type of sacrificial thing.
Perhaps.
Captain, did you
Well-
want to like check this, like books are kind of your thing? Like check the, I don't know, records, whatever they're
Yes.
called.
Is there?
I'm
I
sorry
will
if
do
you
that.
weren't- I was just gonna ask.
I was-
Did you guys want to go into the museum at all, or are you still staying outside?
Yeah,
everything
I would
for
like.
now?
Yeah, I'd like
Yeah.
to go, definitely like to go
Museum.
into the museum. Also,
Okay,
is there
so you
any
guys are heading
sign? Is there any sign of like the bodies, like Pompeii? Are they like people laying dead in the street, or
You don't see anything.
Anything illegal?
Though it's very likely that a lot of them would be buried. Like maybe if you like excavated, you'd be able to find bodies. But you also get the sense that like this place has been here for a very, very long time, and it's likely even too just like they would have decayed away.
Right.
But again, with like some proper archaeological excavation of the site, you might find like those cavities and pockets that the bodies would have formed. But you definitely don't see
Right.
anything laying out now.
Is
But
that
you-
what those tools were you were describing?
The tools, no, they didn't appear to be archaeological tools. They appear to be very, very old.
Okay.
They've been here for a very, very
Mhm.
long time. They likely would have been used to modify the fountain to install that stone obelisk.
Okay.
So you head into the museum. It's dark, and you don't see any power. Like the lights don't come on. All of the exhibits are hollow projector technology, but with the power out, the building is shut down. You can't activate any of them. You do see a maintenance door.
Hmm.
I will head that way, see if I can find a computer.
Sure. You find a control room for all the museum displays. The two computer terminals here, however, are powered down and unresponsive. You examine them briefly. One of them has a shorted out power source. Looking at it, it doesn't look like your batteries are compatible. Though you could attempt to rig them up and try to like force them to work. Alternatively,
Would that
you would
be
have
more-
to find a compatible power source.
Any idea about the ghost? Does the ghost have any idea where we might be able to power this up?
I asked the ghost.
Yeah, sure. You ask the ghost. I mean,
Fair.
you see in your mind like a picture of a battery, but it doesn't seem to know like where one is right now. But like you can like what you're looking for. Like if you came across one, you would recognize it. Like, oh, this would fit there. But you can't get a like. It doesn't seem to know like, oh, there's a battery over here or anything like that.
I don't think
Again,
What do
you
you
could
think,
attempt to
team?
rig up some of your own batteries. It would just require
Yes,
some,
we can-
some engineering.
We can attempt
Perhaps-
to force it with what we brought with us, or we can look for a proper power source.
I may be able to assist, Captain. And Haven is going to take their supply from their weapon and sort of channel it and cast the spell Transfer Charge. And so they're going to transfer the charge from their weapon into this computer battery.
Sure.
Excellent thinking, friend.
It might
Go
not work.
ahead. Go ahead, Gunnin. Go ahead and make me an engineering check to see if you can get the battery stable enough to accept the charge.
Let's see. That's going to be 25.
25. It's pretty difficult, but you do manage to basically repair the shorted power source just enough that you're pretty sure it'll accept a charge without exploding. But that's up to Haven whether he wants to risk it.
I'll tell them. I'm
Yeah.
like, I think it will hold, but can't say for sure.
And they'll hold up their pistol dramatically and then place one of their other hands on that fixed battery. Cast Transfer Charge.
I
So
stay in.
they-
I stay right there though. Like if it's gonna go off, it's gonna go off on both of us. No. Yeah.
Take it. All right. So Haven walks up to the battery. They prepare the spell. Not quite certain if the battery that they're putting a charge into has enough integrity to hold it, but hoping. And they concentrate, and you drain the battery, and sort of the energy flows through your body into the Mentrasi battery, and it seems to hold. And the computer boots up.
Ooh.
There is one other. There is another computer nearby that also isn't working. However, when you look at that one, you can see that its power source is intact, but they're using some kind of like hybrid device. So hybrid devices are basically magic and technology that fuse together. This society used the two in conjunction with each other rather than just straight up electronics. And it looks like they used a sort of some kind of ward that was a failsafe so that the devices don't overcharge in the event of some kind of catastrophic event.
Well,
You would either have to replace the ward with a part from somewhere, salvage it from some other device, or you could attempt to recharge the ward, depleting some of your own raw magical energies by using a two second level spell slots would recharge the ward
Maple.
here and allow this computer to power up.
Maple, Haven, perhaps you two might be able to work with that one while I do what I do over here. And I stretch out all four hands.
And we have 4 hands too.
yeah.
That's why I said you can handle it. That is going to be 32.
32. You are able to restore power to the building, and now, if they can get the other terminal working, you'll actually be able to control the holo displays. They now have power. They just need the operating systems booted up that are on the other terminal. So, what y'all doing?
I feel like Haven starts moving in a ritual that follows Maple. Maybe the two of us start working on this ward together, because I'll sacrifice one spell slot if you will.
Yes, I do that. Sorry, I was thinking for
All right. So you both just channel raw magical energy into this ward. It activates. There's no compatibility issue when it comes to magic. This display boots up, and immediately you can see that these are the controls for the holo displays out in the museum.
Oh.
Should we just turn them all on, or
Yeah,
choose?
let's have a show.
Oh,
You pop them all on. You head back out onto the museum floor, and you see that 4 huge holo displays are active. You start moving through them and watching. In the first museum display, you see a collection of people that you now, Maple, recognize to be Mentrasi. They are living in a very small community. They farm land. They live what appears to be a very simple existence. Then you hear a voice. It's garbled a little bit, but most of the words are clear enough. Centuries ago, our people were a peaceful race of farmers and tinkerers, unlocking the secrets of metallurgy and glassblowing. Our people were happy. We had no central government and a barter system of economics. Some among our ancestors, however, worried that our people were stagnant. And the scene cuts to a starship landing near the community. 4 robed figures disembark wearing golden masks. One removes their mask.
Do these robe figures also talk like Maple?
It's just Maple. It's just 4 Maples. You see that this actually looks like a Jinsul. One day, a starship descended from the heavens. Our ancestors immediately recognized these 4 celestials as heralds of the divine, the master of conquest, the master of preservation, the master archivist, and the master of nomenclature. Those who wished for technological progress saw this divine coming as an opportunity, and quickly convinced others to accept the guiding hands of these heralds. And then the video starts looping. You head over to the second display, and this shows Mentrasi alongside a mix of others. You recognize Jinsul. You actually recognize Izalguins. you see these gaseous entities that are engaged, and all of them, and Mentrasi, and all of these are engaged in ritual activities. They wear black robes with golden metallic masks. They scan rock formations. They enter data into computers. They perform ritual dances in great ordered masses with almost militaristic precision. Parts of the hologram short out and are missing, but you catch some flashes towards the end of violence, natives against Jinsul warriors, and then the display freezes. And as it freezes, you see the words Crayholm Freehold that are just on screen for several minutes, and then the whole thing like shorts back out and starts back at the beginning, looping through. There's no voice for this one. Either the recording is destroyed or too garbled to make out. So you move on. There's a third display. This one is probably in the worst condition. Go ahead.
It's Crayholm Freehold?
Yes, that is KREIHOLM, and then Freehold as one word. Free and hold. You move on. The third display is probably the one that's the most badly damaged. The voice is garbled and warped, completely unrecognizable. The images are blurred nearly to uselessness. However, as it moves through, you catch sight of a few brief clips. You see the sky, and it's turning gold as this bubble of energy is enveloping a planet. And then there's like a zoom out, and then there are several other planets being enveloped in this golden bubble, isolating them from one another. And then it just like cuts out, and it doesn't even loop again. It just like stops. The whole hollow display just breaks down. There's a fourth and final display. Go ahead.
I was going to say, presumably that looks like what we encountered with the Scoured Stars.
Exactly.
Having seen the God Shield, you're immediately pinging back. These are memories. You go to the fourth display, sorry, and you can hear the voice, but you don't see a lot of the images. But you hear the voice as one day the shield vanished. Perhaps Cragicrawl stirred in his sleep, allowing us to flee as the shield dropped. Whatever the reason, our ancestors seized the opportunity and fled across the stars with 7 other groups. Among the Jinsul, civil conflict sabotaged their own efforts to escape. Cadrical's herald, Duris, the master of conquest, disabled Jinsul transport ships attempting to flee, forcing many to remain behind in Cadrical's domain. Using experimental stasis technology, we began our long voyage across the stars. We found a new home, the very world where you stand today. Though we are thankful for Cadrical's teachings and long-remembered protection, as a species we have vowed never to follow a deity again. Cadrical is respected as part of our history and traditions, but there he shall remain, in the past. The Mentrasi Historical Society would like to thank you for your visit today. Please exit into the gift shop, and then everything else gets garbled out. The whole thing then repeats and starts to loop again.
I go look for the gift shop to see if there's any cool,
Sure.
cool magnet or t-shirt.
Yeah, that is exactly the kind of thing that you find. You find several t-shirts, one that say like, I escaped the God Shield. You find
Ooh, we're taking
some
those.
like keychains that are like they look like starships of a model that you don't quite recognize, but each of them have different names on them. They're all names from a society long gone, and none of them really quite match up to any of you, but they might be cool trinkets to carry around.
Take all of them.
Are there any mentions? Are there any mentions of Gratical, whatever this god thing was? Like, do we have like a Bible or anything?
Or like a little figure, an icon.
You see as you're looking through, you find another set of like keychains that are like ones that are made out like medallions, and you see this circle and a triangular design in it, and it immediately strikes you. Anybody can make a religion check if you would like.
Illuminati.
That is not a strength, but I have no ranks, but I got rolled
I
a
don't have any
15.
religion.
Wait, what's religion? It's not a skill.
Sorry, is
What's
that
it?
not that wrong game, everybody. We'll be just fine. You know what? I
Happens
don't have
all the
culture
time.
too. Why not? Culture's good.
Now culture that I got. That's 27.
Oh,
Nice.
You know everything.
About places and people. I do. Yeah.
Yep. So you're thinking back, Caldricol is not really a deity that any of you have heard of. However, listening to the recordings and hearing the name and then seeing there is some symbolism in some of what in the gift shop really is, or you get and then you find some old documents and they're written in a text that you can't quite comprehend. You don't have the language for it, but you see that symbol on it and you realize that okay, well if we could crack the code here, if we could learn this language or whatever, maybe taking them back to the society, Royo would be able to study it enough to learn the Mintrasi language. This was a society, as they had mentioned in the recording, they didn't worship Cadricol here, but Cadricol is somehow closely tied with the God Shield and the Scoured Stars, and you think even the tiers themselves, because you were thinking back to the tier that you found, the relic that allowed you to pass through the God Shield, and you it didn't mean anything now, but you're looking at the design and there are designs like this on that tier, that relic that allowed you to pass through the stars. So Cadricol is perhaps and maybe that's they had mentioned sleep and waking up. Perhaps there's some kind of sleeping deity that exists in the Scoured Stars. It's not something that you've ever heard of worshipped in any other context, but there must be something there, some entity that exists that is named Cadricol.
I share this insight with the squad.
Sure.
Maple, would you be able to ask your friend for more information about this experimental stasis technology? That sounds a little suspicious.
I can, but just so you know, I'm just getting sort of fuzzy feelings or bad feelings and weird images, but I'll do my best. So
I
barely got-
appreciate it.
You ask Bear all about stasis technology, and you get a lot of confusion. You get a lot of maybe Bear doesn't know about that technology or didn't. There's a chance that the period of time between when the Mintrasi arrived and then built the society, that might have been their ancestors were the one who came to this planet, so they don't know. But you do
Bear
know
does not know
that
what you're talking about.
I was gonna say what you do know is that the drift is something that you all access to travel from point to point, but the methods, the drift engines, and the methods to access the drift are something that is kind of unique to the Pact worlds, and it sort of came into being after the Gap, what is known as the Gap. So these are pre-Gap civilizations. They wouldn't have even had drift technology, but they would have had other alternative technologies for travel. And stasis is not super efficient, but it is something that is it's a known technology. Nobody in the Pact uses it because it's we don't take hundreds of years to cross the stars. We can just go there in the drift.
Yeah, okay.
Is there anything else anyone wanted to do in the museum here, or museum? I feel we kind of got all of it.
Better understanding.
Don't we need to leave a donation? That's normally what you do for museums.
We fixed the
Donation box.
Yeah, so we fixed their computer, and we might be saving their souls before we go, so that's something.
Okay,
That's a
great.
donation
I won't
enough.
leave my picture then.
Good
no.
idea.
Well, hey, it belongs here with all the other works of art, Casca.
Smooth.
All right,
Belong to the museum.
she'll take out a picture of her, make sure to sign it, and stick it back
Yeah.
to like
Mhm.
some important dude that she has no idea who that is.
There's one of those
Just
kinda
clear
stands back.
boxes on a pedestal with a slot at the
Mhm.
top where like there's a couple bills and coins
Yes.
underneath, so you slot it in.
Yes.
Yeah, now they have your contribution to the
Yes.
arts.
If we could read the
um,
language, it says put in a business card for a free lunch or for your office or something.
Exactly. Is there any way to take what am I trying to say? To take this information back? Like, is there something we can
Like
take
download?
back with us to it? Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah,
Download,
Like as I
transmit.
mentioned,
Yeah.
yeah, you can actually take like those books. They look
Hmm.
like they're like kids' books from your museum, but they're insight that even you don't have into the culture. So again, if Royo or if scholars back at the society could
Okay.
translate it, then that might provide some insight into the Monstrosity. And then you can download the holo projector files. I mean,
Yes.
it's
I
now
would
that
like
you have
that.
access to the terminals, that's no problem at all. The ones that are badly corrupted, it's definitely like file problems. You can't even really get much from those. But the ones that are not corrupted, you certainly have access to and can take no problem.
Yep, I would like to do that. Take books, take the digital records. You know, these people should be remembered, if only as a cautionary tale.
Indeed.
Yep.
Indeed.
And then,
so that
I
Yeah.
do look at Maple and I say, "You were very patient in the museum. I won't inflict the library on you if you don't want it. Where would you like to go next?"
I'm thinking that in the town square, that rock on the fountain is like so suspicious. I can like telepath. I can like psychokinetic hand that away. Maybe see what's gonna happen.
it's too big for a
Yeah, we
Yes.
have-
Okay, listen.
Well, the good news is there's a real chance there'll be something for Volterix to kill, so then both of you will be happy. Yes.
I've been
All right, let's
waiting.
get out of here. All right.
I've never
Alright.
liked museums.
You head back to the town square, and you're looking at this very suspicious stone obelisk. Anybody who wants can make a physical science or a mysticism.
I'll try.
check.
Now, those are things I'm not good at.
Nope.
Neither.
You?
12 plus
Mysticism
12
or
is
physical science,
24.
you say?
15.
Yeah, that's a big
30.
old 6.
For
Yeah.
mysticism.
30. Haven's got it
Ah.
on lockdown.
I rolled a 19 and I have
which-
an 11.
Which skill was it? Sorry.
Mysticism.
Mysticism. So Haven, you are looking at this stone, and it is giving you some bad vibes because you're looking at some of there are like very shallow but now noticeable markings all over it. They are easily recognizable as ritual markings, and you can't quite decipher what this was used for, but I don't know. You definitely got the hairs in the back of your neck standing on end. And then,
Tightness.
did anybody make a physical science check?
Well, I have
I
a
got a
13 on the
15.
die. Yeah.
Okay. With physical
Does
science,
does
you
Haven-
note.
Oh, sorry. No, please.
I'll share this with telepathically with everyone.
Yes.
with physic-
You... Go ahead. Sorry.
Sorry. It's like, with physical science, you note that this stone was transplanted here. A lot of the tools were used, but you note that the stone itself is also not like, it's not anything that you have seen. It's not like just regular stone laying around. Like, you're not sure exactly what this obelisk is made of, but it's not any of the lava stone that you've seen. It's not anything that the tunnels were made out of. Like, this is a specific stone that was taken from somewhere on planet and transported here, and it is not something that you don't see anything like it anywhere else. And it was specifically carved into the shape that it is now. Like, it is worked stone.
Yeah, I don't mean to keep interrupting. I was just trying to say something before the next terrible thing happens. I just say, Maple mentioned they were stuck and slamming against something filled with rage. Perhaps more of these spirits are trapped inside there.
As you are positing such a thing,
Activate my armor.
you
Yeah, I was gonna say, I will stab these ghosts.
actually get a ping on your personal devices. It is an emergency signal, and it matches Starfinder Society priority signals.
Check.
Like, get
do
back
we
to
know-
the ship, or like somebody in
right.
trouble is here. Somebody here is in trouble.
Yeah.
Like what?
It's it might be it's urgent. You actually you tune into the signal, and there's a message attached to it.
Okay.
And it's a recording that's looping. You catch just the tail end of it at first, but then it loops back around to the beginning, and you hear a voice, one that is familiar to you. To anyone receiving this message, I am Historia 7 of the Starfinder Society and require immediate assistance. I am embedding my coordinates within this signal. The message is automated and will repeat. I am unable to respond. Situation critical. And then repeats. So anyone receiving this message, I am Historia 7. And
Time to go.
you see that there are nav coordinates pinged to the signal. And you rush off to find out what has happened to Historia 7. And we'll find out after our break, because it's time for that. We've come to the halfway point.
Good
We'll be
job.
back in about 10-ish minutes, everybody. Stick around for the second half of our episode, where I will be wearing a game blazer.
A blazer.
I didn't
Yes.
realize also.
Paizo's newest releases have arrived at your favorite local game store and Paizo.com. With more than 300 classic and new monsters, the Pathfinder Bestiary 3 is a beautifully illustrated hardcover rulebook that fills out the core collection of monsters at your table. Don't miss the new troop rules that provide stat blocks for a collection of foes that otherwise might not be much of a threat by themselves. Also available in special and pocket edition formats. Eyes of the Empty Death is a Pathfinder adventure that concludes the Abomination Vault's Adventure Path, a 3-part campaign in which heroes explore a sprawling mega-dungeon to stop an ancient evil from renewing her monstrous vengeance. This adventure also includes an expanded look at ghosts, an examination of an outer god, and powerful new rules and monsters. Crash and Burn is a Starfinder adventure for 9th level characters. It continues the Fly Free or Die Adventure Path, a 6-part campaign in which players take on the role of a merchant crew with an experimental starship. Their mission is to get rich, escape interplanetary assassins, and outwit their rivals. The volume also includes a series of side jobs, short mini-adventures the Game Master can insert into the campaign at any time. You'll also find a collection of new and dangerous aliens and details on the corporations that dominate the galaxy. For years, the pirate Captain Rinlock sailed the coast of the Arcadian Ocean from the Shackles to the south and to the waters of Varisia to the north. He searched for plunder and adventure until one day his luck ran out. Pathfinder one-shot Sundered Waves is a Pathfinder 2nd Edition adventure that can be run in a single 3 to 4 hour session and kicks off a new series of standalone adventures. It includes pre-generated characters whose backstories and motivations tie closely into the plot. Check it out at paizo.com/Sundered Waves. A caravan is set to depart from a small town, but it needs some capable guards. It is up to the player characters to step in and ensure the caravans and its passengers reach their destination. The Tireless Path is a Pathfinder bounty designated for an hour of play, and is easy to add to any fantasy campaign. The Pathfinder Society has its hands full, quelling panic spreading throughout a Caduran city, when a party hosted by an infamous genie binder goes horribly wrong in Freedom for Wishes. At the same time, they're looking to reinforce their bonds of friendship with the Farhaven clan of Sarkoris. In the Pathfinder Society scenario, a dirge for Sarkoris. In the Starfinder Society scenario, Rat's Repentance, a strange turn of events finds the heroes working with a former enemy, the Yosoki mastermind Datch. While on the other front, the Starfinder Society nears its goal of recovering the final data fragment containing one of its greatest secrets and the fleeting truth, ever-changing revelation. Enemies and allies take their places in your tabletop with the Agents of Edgewatch Pawn Collection. This box features more than 100 pawns for use with Pathfinder 2nd Edition or any tabletop fantasy RPG. A hero collects treasure at every step of their journey, and no treasure is more prized than mighty magic weapons and incredible enchanted armor. The Pathfinder Magic Armaments deck contains 110 cards detailing every magic armor, weapon, and shield in the Pathfinder core rulebook, along with runes and special materials. There are regions in the wild where the environment itself is hostile. Pathfinder Flip Tiles Wilderness Perils expansion is the newest expansion to the Flip Tiles Wilderness starter set and includes 24 full-color 6x6-inch double-sided tiles. The Starfinder Flipbat Solar Temple is a double-sided map that features an ancient Solarian hermitage on one side and a futuristic cloister in space on the other. A special coating allows you to use wet erase, dry erase, and permanent markers with ease. Find your path to friendship and adventure with these new releases and more at Paizo.com and your favorite local game store.
Hey there. Huh? You, with the wet sponge. You're late. We were supposed to meet at Blue Rise Tower. I need your help.
My help?
Yes, you. Just ask... Hold on. Alexa, open the Starfinder game. You know we can't pull off this hostile takeover without you. Now come on!
I've got your back.
Join the adventure.
So, you used to work for Edge Corp, huh? Taking it to the edge and all that. You were just a long hauler, shipping cargo from one planet to another for low pay, worse benefits, and the promise of a bonus that never showed up. Now, you're your own boss, looking for cargo you can buy for cheap and sell for bank. Jobs are everywhere. Absalom Station, sure, but the Vescarium too. Near space, even the Vast. Get used to the drift, cause you're gonna be flying long hauls. And some of the things that live in that place, they don't like visitors. I heard Edge Corp is still after you. Something about a stolen ship? And the Golden League is after you too? You got a long list of enemies, hotshot. You better start making some friends. Cause if there's one thing I've learned in a lifetime of carrying freight, it's that every bill comes due. If you really want to be free to go where you want, do as you please, you're gonna have to settle up with these people. And revenge ain't cheap. Don't say I didn't warn ya.
a superweapon. Stop the threat of an invasion from another plane. Fought against a host of nigh unstoppable foes. And uncovered evidence of a vast conspiracy. But now, your biggest challenge lies ahead of you. In Starfinder's first adventures for higher-level characters, the remnants of an ancient warmongering civilization threaten the Pact Worlds, and only you can stop them. Will you rise to the challenge? Or will the devastation arc destroy everything you hold dear?
Welcome back, everybody. It is the second half of our 7th episode of Scoured Stars. I'm having a blast. I've got my game blazer on. I'm ready to talk to some ghosts. We have a ghost episode. It's crazy what you can do with Starfinder. I mean, super sci-fi stuff and then like ghost hunting. It's crazy. What's up?
I see an outfit change there.
Yeah.
Game blazer.
I acknowledge the game blazer. It's too hot for the game blazer, but I'm wearing it anyway for the principle. The principle.
Also, Maple, I didn't even realize
For the art.
your wings weren't there.
Yeah, I noticed earlier.
But they're there now.
I admire your commitment. Well, but before they were sealed environmentally, you know, so it's a theater of the mind.
She technically hasn't flown yet, so yeah.
That's true.
There it is. It's all very on brand.
All very on brand. So let's play some Starfinder. I'm ready to do it. You guys had received a distress signal from Historia 7 from somewhere in the tunnels, and you locked onto the coordinates of the distress signal, and you are rushing to see what is happening. As she has mentioned, situation critical.
She's here.
She is somewhere on this planet, nearby. Very likely the only reason that you actually get the clear signal as you are deep underground, and it's unlikely that the signal would even traveled up into like atmosphere or anything. So it's a good thing you were here. What a coincidence.
What a coincidence! Do we have specific coordinates? Because otherwise I can find her with my ability. Okay, all right.
Oh yeah.
True.
Okay.
You could use that as well. But yeah, you do have the specific coordinates needed to find her. And you follow that message. And it takes a good 20 minutes of walking before you find like a little magma chamber that's now cooled and is just hard stone now, but it's just outside the borders of Zahari. And lying in this chamber is Historia 7, missing the lower portion of her left leg and all of her right arm. She appears to be conscious and alert, and she is awkwardly trying to fix a device in her lap with some tools, and you quickly realize that what she's trying to fix is one of her cybernetic eyes. But she stops what she's doing, looks up with you with her at you with her still intact eye, and she says, "Starfinders, I have encountered difficulties, and I require assistance. Acknowledge."
Acknowledged. What happened?
Yeah, come in. I just before we go too close, I just say, Voltarix, Casca, would you take a look around in case whatever did that is still in the area?
Yes, Captain.
And I think the other
perception check. Go ahead.
Yeah, the three of us kind of head towards Historia.
Yeah. Sure, you approach Historia 7 while the others set up a perimeter and make sure that there is no threat nearby. You don't see anything that appears to be a threat. It looks like everything's relatively calm out here. You do note that you are definitely outside the boundary of the town. And Maple, you actually can't clearly feel the presence of Bear anymore. It's like almost like a signal through static. Like it's weaker here. They're still connected to you, but it's weak here. approaches Story 7. She like adjusts something in the cybernetic eye that she's working on, and then just like reinstalls it back in the socket. Blinks a few times. Thank you for responding to my signal.
What are
Even
you
though it
doing
is
here?
required, I came here to collect data.
By yourself?
Seems very dangerous.
On, yes.
I was concerned because I heard what had happened to Historia 6, and perhaps the news caused me to act irrationally. I know that they worked closely with Jadnura during his time before the Scoured Stars incident, and that they both came here on a mission I found in their reports. So I wanted to know what they were looking for and doing, so that I could understand what happened to 6 before they were no longer with us.
But this is not the world where Historia sacrificed themselves to save so many others.
No, it is not. It is a world that they traveled to before that time, and I wanted to know what caused them to act so irrationally. After all, the mission into the Scoured Stars, we can all agree, was an unmitigated failure. Why would my predecessor agree to such reckless plans? I wanted to know what they had found, if anything. I thought there might be... I don't know. Perhaps I am the one who was acting irrationally.
When
As you can see, it was ill-advised.
Is her leg is still half off?
Oh yeah, like she is. She's gonna have some problems, and it's very likely going to be that way. Like, the androids are not really like robots. They're mostly organic beings. You can tell that reassembling the parts for Historia 7 is not a field job. Like that is that's a full medical bay and like some maybe a couple of days of work to get her back to functioning capacity.
I help her up with 2 of my arms, and I actually extend my spear for her to use as a walking stick to kind of like right herself. Yeah.
As you're attempting this, I appreciate that, but I feel that the best course of action would be to deal with the present threats before I move anywhere. You see, I would only be a burden and slow down your ability to deal with such threats. I am certain you have found that the town is haunted.
Yes. You say that so casually.
Yes, this is a very odd exchange to be having with someone as erudite as you, but I suppose, yes, it is haunted.
Town's haunted.
Ghosts are real, Gunnin. It's a fact. I was attacked.
On the meta level.
Meddling.
Yeah.
On the meta level, is that the kind of thing, like, again, we've met Ascension Undead, Zoe's Undead. Like, I mean, like, are we aware that, like, ghosts are super a thing,
you know?
Okay,
I mean,
right, okay.
the magic, fantasy and sci-fi really fuse together. Like, there are ghosts. Everybody knows that.
Yeah.
There are literally Walking Dead. There's a whole planet of undead people. Like, there is an undead planet where they have their own undead society and live. Like, everybody knows that. So yeah, it's despite her very scientific, logical way of looking at the world, believing in ghosts is the most logical thing.
Right, because we've seen them and stuff. Okay. I'm like, yes, is there anything we could do to perhaps help put these spirits at rest? We found a container where we think many of them might be trapped, but we were hesitant to release them. Maple, in fact, was pivotal in that.
Indeed, the spiritual activity here in Jahari is no accident. The Mentrasi in the nearby city discovered an imminent seismic cataclysm and took desperate measures to survive it. I've uncovered a ritual that the Sahari leaders used to bind their spirits to the city, specifically the obelisk in the center of the downtown park. I believe they misinterpreted the ritual and thought it would bind their life essence here, including their physical bodies, for preservation. Instead, it ripped the spirits of every living thing from the city and bound it to the obelisk, the focal point for their ritual. I was running calculations on how to disrupt the binding magic when I was attacked. The menhir defends itself when threatened, leading to my current state. I believe that you would be capable of disrupting this obelisk and freeing the bound spirits, and I am asking you to complete the task. Acknowledge.
Acknowledged.
Acknowledged.
I would
Perhaps
recommend...
Perhaps we could look up more information about this ritual ourselves. There was that library that could contain some secrets.
Indeed,
True.
I had discovered much of the information I needed about the ritual in order to disrupt it. It is on my datapad, which unfortunately I lost during the violent outbreak. If you could recover that from the library, it might help you.
Oh.
What did this to you?
It was a very large earth elemental. It was incredibly displeased with my attempts to disrupt the obelisk. It seemed to be able to sense my intent and was prepared to defend itself as I approached it. You should be very wary if you attempt to go near it, knowing what you know now.
Casca and Voltarix did us the very gracious service of detecting the presence of such elementals when we arrived.
Indeed, I believe that the obelisk has the ability to employ the perhaps hundreds, if not thousands, of spirits trapped within it. You should know that its ability to attack you is unlimited. It must be destroyed to disrupt that effort.
Acknowledged.
Acknowledged. And telepathically, I just say, good news, Voltarix, you're going to get to destroy some stuff.
Great. Let's do it.
If you are going to, though I cannot accompany, I can offer you the weapons I brought with me. They will serve you much more good than they do me here. And she actually hands you a null space chamber. You recognize one that you had found previously, so you recognize what it is. It's just basically like this zipper pouch that's an extra dimensional space within. Opening it up, you find...
I show her one of the rifles, and I'm like, that's funny, because I was about to volunteer to leave a weapon with you.
I don't believe it would do me any good here. But inside this null space chamber, you see that she brought with her 2 Mark II serums of healing. There is another Sentinel Spear of a very similar to make to what you're wielding, Gunnin, but it appears to be of a different material.
Superior material?
Indeed, a very interesting material. It is made of Inubrix, which is called Ghost Iron. It actually has the ability to sort of like partially phase through materials, much like your penetrating weapon bypasses hardness. So too can this Sentinel Spear.
Look at everyone, and I say, I must be able to stab a ghost, everyone. Surely. And I very slowly pick up the spear.
It's Gunnin's. It's definitely yours.
Yeah.
You also find a Gelid Hail pistol with a Ghost Killer fusion seal.
What?
The Ghost Killer, the Ghost Killer fusion allows it to deal damage to ghosts to incorporeal and ethereal creatures. And the Gelid Hail pistol has a base damage of 2d6 cold. Though it's a little bit of short range, as a 20-foot short range, it has a critical bleed effect. It actually shoots like shards of ice. And it is a small arm.
There is a critical effect.
Those of you,
Mine.
there is a critical effect.
Dibs. Dibs. Dibs.
Be careful of the range on that one too, Voltarix, because it's only 20 feet.
She point blank shoots everything right in the face.
It's true.
So she's
like really high
You surround me.
AC.
Yeah, presumably the stats on this are the same. It can just affect a ghost.
That's well, it doesn't affect incorporeal creatures. What it does is it bypasses hardness, just like the penetrating quality of your artillery laser.
Oh, so it's
It's not ghost killer iron, it's ghost iron. Like the weapon itself almost like phases.
Right.
It's like semi incorporeal. It can bypass hardness.
You know, so I keep taking both spears and like tapping them together, and I'm like, oh yes, man, that's quite interesting.
There's a distinctive difference in the tone. Yes.
Yeah. I realize it's not much, but I do draw my azimuth laser pistol and I leave it with her. I'm like, something. Perhaps there might be some other wild creatures on this planet or something that you might be able to scare off. We wouldn't want to leave you completely defenseless.
Acknowledged. She takes the pistol.
And I look at the others and I just say, the library and then the obelisk, I suppose.
Sounds like a plan, Captain.
Let's go. Solve this mystery.
I very much have,
So
I sling the rifle, but I have both spears out like I'm cross-country skiing.
Yeah. Excellent. So now newly equipped and ready to destroy any ghost you come across, you make your way back towards the ruins of Jahari, but you sort of take a route around it so you don't go near the possibly hostile obelisk in the center of town, and you make your way towards the library first. You make your way inside, and as you get closer into the actual confines of the town, that connection with Bear, like Maple, you can feel him more clearly now. And you make your way into the library. It's large, it's quiet, and it's dark. There are dusty books that line the long, disused shelves. There's a soft bluish glow that emanates from somewhere in the middle of the library, but it only serves to deepen the shadows rather than provide any useful illumination. What you guys doing?
Detect magic
same.
on glow.
Yeah.
Detect magic. You don't detect the presence of any magic.
Perhaps that's Historia's tablet.
Yeah. Also, do I see any computers that might help me turn the lights on in here?
You are looking around. As you move forward a little bit, you can see that glow actually is coming from an active terminal. So there is a terminal that is powered on. It seems to be the only one that you can see.
I actually kind of give the don't move thing, and I just motion Voltarix and Casca forward again. Well, Maple, Haven, and I sort of wait here.
27.
You're 27.
Stealth
team
Bravo.
Bravo.
That's like the minimum of Volterix.
You beat me. I got a 26.
Ooh,
Oh.
Hey.
I didn't roll well.
She kicks a book, making a single noise. But you make your way forward, and you don't see anything. I'll allow you to make a perception check while you're sort of searching around the library floor.
Would you call this dim light?
Sure, we'll call it dim light for whatever ridiculous bonuses you probably get from that.
26 for Casca.
26 for Casca, all right.
Solid.
Yeah,
27.
rolls
How
right
funny.
out.
We reversed.
Oh, wow.
I know.
Oh my god!
I'm like, are you guys wearing your game blazers?
We're swapping. We're handing it back and forth.
Right?
Yeah.
Teamwork.
Looking around, you don't see a whole lot of value. There's probably some texts that you would want to take back with you to allow some researchers at the Lore Spire complex see if they can glean anything from. However, as you're moving around, occasionally, when especially after Volterix kicks that book, you actually hear this very quiet, like, hush. You're looking around trying to find the source of that voice, and then somewhere, you don't see where, but like some of the books like start rattling on the shelf. One of them falls over onto the floor. A breeze like flips some of the pages open. Doesn't make any sense to you. You like looking at it, there's no meaning behind anything you see, but then as you're looking around, you both spot a very new looking datapad lying haphazardly on the floor across the room.
If we talk back on our comms, does it have to be out loud, or can it be like telepathically?
We're telepathically.
We're still telepathically linked. Yeah, I
perfect.
hooked us all up.
Yeah,
So
and
I
you've
would
got
make
those
sure
mind-link circlets too, so you can,
It's
you
true.
can easily...
We got two
perfect.
ways.
I would say,
Well, I think there's a ghost being up here, and I found the data pad on the floor, but I'm afraid to reach it unless Maple wants to come closer and use her hand. Psychokinetic hand.
Yeah, I could totally come in there. Are y'all still stealthing, or what are we doing? Are you hiding from something in there?
Yeah, there's a ghost that's throwing books and trying to read, I guess. I don't know.
Okay, so sounds like Ghost knows you're there. Okay, I think we can just go in then and stop being stealthy. I feel like it's sort of obvious you're all in there.
So do you want us to start throwing books down?
No, just can you please just like wait for like 3 seconds? And I want to talk to Bear and just be like,
Sure.
Hey Bear, can we go in there and grab that thing real quick? And will your little friend not try to kill us?
You get almost like a sense like of being like pushed forward, like Bears
Okay.
like urging
Bear
you
says
to
it's
go
cool.
forward.
We're totally fine and safe. Don't even stealth. We'll just run in, turn on the lights. Fine.
I'll just
I
grab
go-
the data pad.
Oh, okay.
Sure.
I mean, since Maple's
you walk
just,
forward,
you know,
and the one
playing it, then-
time that Maple would have been able to use Psychokinetic Hand exactly as it's written and intended, Volterix walks across the room and just picks up the data pad.
And I throw it up in the air so she can use her.
Oh, no, don't
psychokinetic
break
hand
it.
to grab it.
Oh, wait, I roll objection now, I swear to God.
Shatters.
We lose the game.
And
sure,
we
you have
literally
you have the
didn't
data
see it
pad.
coming. She's all stealth.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, you guys have the data pad in your possession. Volterix, you grab it, hand it back over to Maple. You note that the data pad is encrypted. It's very likely something that Gunnan can get through, or since it belongs to Story 7, if you wanted to walk all the way back to see her, you could just ask her to open it for you.
I give it to Gunnan.
I do my thing.
Yep. Computer's away.
I'm like, yeah. I'm like, why didn't she mention the password? Let's see. That is going to be.
I mean, couldn't we contact her?
Oh, we have to find out the password.
29 for the hack stores.
That's right, you got
Yeah,
it.
I mean,
I'm like,
you
maybe
break through
we-
the
maybe-
encryption.
I just say maybe we could access some stuff she didn't mean to show us. This is good for us. Yep.
Oh no! Don't scroll through my pictures, please.
I have just
Yeah.
a lot of Android selfies. They're all the exact same face.
Yeah.
Wait, no.
Password
those are
was
my
just
lewds, but
Historia
it's just her
1, 2, 3.
looking at the camera.
Historia 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep.
Always remember.
You pretty easily
Look-
bypass the encryption on the datapad. You see that a lot of information was recently downloaded onto it. A great deal of research on using planetary scale shielding to direct lava flows. There are a ton of documents that catch your attention based on what you know of the obelisk. There was a ton of occult research documents that have been downloaded. Diagrams, symbols, rituals. All of them are old, but theoretically accurate details on binding spirits with necromancy. The last file that has been downloaded is an image likely a photo taken with the datapad's own camera. It is the black stone obelisk in the middle of town.
Having met like all of these alien races that are literally prehistoric and all of these bizarre languages, all of that made more sense to me than the mysticism. So I just look at Haven and Maple like,
Yeah, okay.
And we'll start examining it.
Yeah.
Sure. Make a mysticism check.
Oh, that's a
Ooh.
natural one.
Oh,
no.
no!
No, 13.
And not great either. 16 for Haven.
Oh, boo.
Well, because you already kind of got the heads up from Historia 7 about what she was looking at, she was looking at what they were researching, and you can make sense of a lot of it. These are rituals that they were studying and very likely attempting to employ. A lot of the symbols that you see depicted in some of the texts are the very same symbols that you recognize having been carved into the obelisk. And with the research that you've uncovered, you can gain a bonus if perhaps there were mysticism checks that you could make during an attempt to disrupt the magics of the obelisk. You would get a bonus on those checks because of your now deeper understanding of the rituals. And that you can share that information with Maple, even though she rolled a 1, and that bonus will extend to her as well.
Telepathically.
Other than that, I mean, you can certainly collect some of the texts, and the only other thing is there is the one active computer terminal. Trying the lights, it doesn't look like you can like just turn on the power in this building. Like it's pretty well shorted out. What else do you want to do, if anything?
Captain, I believe with this, Historia has narrowed down what we would need from the library.
Yes, but please try not to think about it too much. Remember what she said about the ghosts. But yes, maybe come on back.
Okay. Head back outside. You have now some information that will help you to disrupt the necromantic ritual, binding countless spirits to this place. You get a sense of hope, deep, like blooming, like almost a joy in your heart, Maple. Like you feel like excited about like this is necessary. Like this will help. This is the way. You must help. You must help. You must help.
Oh my god, yeah, we get it. Oh my gosh, so cheap. Okay, everyone. Bear is like really wants us to do this thing, and if he asks like one more time, I might not do it. So we should probably hurry up.
I'm getting to that point where I'll just not do it after spiked. Love it.
Well, Maple B.
Yeah, I think that Haven will examine this ritual and sort of set up points around the obelisk, like the best points for Gunnin and the rest of the crew to be. Like Voltarix can be over here and Kozka can be over here to not disrupt us disrupting the ritual.
Nice. Yeah.
Well,
smart.
Even now, as you're standing outside the library, and as soon as like Maple's like, all right, let's go do this thing, there's like a wind that starts to pick up, and it swirls, and it's pretty constant and steady. And as you approach the town square where the obelisk stands, that wind starts to become a little stronger, and you begin to hear like a constant whisper on it. It sounds very harsh and angry, and you feel like it knows that you're coming, and you hear this like constant and now you can actually start to see like a glow from like on the sky, like from far away. You can like see this like glow. It's pulsing and it's growing the closer and closer you get to the town square. There is a sense of readiness and as you turn a corner and you can now see the stone obelisk. Veins of green energy branch across the black stone surface, like suddenly flaring to life. Immediately, 2 beams of green light lance outward, coalescing into a spirit twisted with rage, and another one stabs into the ground just before an earth elemental comes bubbling outward. A legion of agonized voices calls out in a single wail, and I need everybody to roll initiative.
Glorious Evan. Whoa! Why did I
Did you
waste
get a
my
20?
20 on that? Yeah.
Oh wow.
Oh no.
23.
23.
Especially when I have a 25.
That'll
Although
be the day
Gunnin,
when
like,
Gunnin
very
doesn't
much
go
like-
first.
I mean, it's happened like once, I think. Yeah.
That's true. Yeah. I think Voltairix
Dirty-
can match you sometimes.
Yeah, Voltarx got past me once.
A
Haven?
dirty 20 for Haven,
That's good for Haven.
right?
Some
Maple
quick
still
reaction
21.
on
Super
the
good.
Maple.
18.
18.
so good.
Good for Maple too. That's
Uh-huh.
pretty good.
But we still end up in sort of the same order.
Yeah, we do.
Everything
Yeah.
always seems
Shifted.
to work out
But-
roughly the same.
But
Yeah.
this time we knew some crap was gonna go down.
Aha!
This time, nobody is taken by surprise. You were all aware
Yeah.
of the threat, and Kazka will get to act before the enemies. So you guys actually have three actions before ahead of mine. So a little bit of an advantage. You can see that the menhir, the obelisk, is indeed ready to defend itself. It has summoned these spirits and another elemental, though this one seems a lot smaller than the large elementals that you fought in the tunnels. Still dangerous,
Okay.
still a problem. Gunnin, you are up first.
To be clear, from what Haven said, there's nothing for us non-magic people to do to help with that, right? Like, I mean, we can do violence on the elementals. They did not need our help with the ritual.
Right, you can do
I'm
violence
asking,
on the
I'm not
elementals.
telling.
You can actually, you can physically destroy the obelisk. Like, you would know that. I mean, Haven and Maple, you would know, and you would be able to relay that physically just destroying it will also disrupt the rituals and the symbols that contain the spirits. So you can always do that. And you know what? I'll give both Haven and Maple a free mysticism check before anything happens. Now that you see
Okay.
the obelisk in action,
Ooh.
go ahead and roll a mysticism check. Roll a free.
Good.
The Game Blazer has made me generous.
28.
All hail the Game Blazer.
Oh! Go Haven, go.
28. You are looking at the spirit that is formed and the elemental, and you notice this like thin silvery like beam, like a string, almost
connected.
invisible, but you can see it, and it connects it to the menhir, and you know that destroying the spirits will also impact the obelisk itself. So there's lots you guys can do. Those of you who are trained in mysticism, if you want, as a standard action each round, you can basically just channel raw energy to attempt to make a mysticism check that can disrupt some of the energies of the obelisk, or you can just destroy the darn thing. You have a myriad of options, and just so you know, your mysticism checks, if you take your action to make a mysticism check, you'll get a +4 bonus because of the research that you poured through from Historia 7. So it was good to go back and get that data pad.
A quick question about that
Either
too.
way.
Does that burn a
yeah,
spell slot to use the
It
mystic
doesn't burn
energy?
any of your spell slots. It just costs
Okay.
your standard action for the round. So
Cool. Good to know.
you guys are all set and gunning. Top of the round. It's to you, my friend. What do you do?
I watched this thing just absolutely beat the stuffing out of my friends before. And I look down at the spear that will penetrate the hardness, and I just say, maybe in a minute, and I pull up the rifle. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah. I'm gonna go with the full attack, although I don't know if it's gonna be enough. It's a 15 and a 17.
Which target? There's the spirit.
The obelisk.
The obelisk itself. Oh yeah, 15.
I'm trying to.
This thing, you hit it for sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and bring it down, and it's penetrating. Our Corona laser rifle is penetrating as well.
Oh yeah.
Oh, we have a map.
Yeah. Oh, we're on roll 20.
Oh yeah, roll 20 is active.
Yep. That's
Ooh,
why
look at
I
it.
almost ran up. I almost ran up to be a hero, and then I was like, but what if I didn't? Because it hits it. They hit back. So that is going to be 11, 19, 24 points of damage.
Wow.
24 points of damage because of the penetrating quality. That all is going to bypass the hardness, and you see like a chunk of the obelisk gets cracked, but you can tell that it is going to be a lot of work to destroy that thing. That's for certain. Still solid.
I just call out, choose your own targets, but I think if we bring the obelisk down, this whole thing is done.
It's all connected.
It's all
And that's it for me.
Connected. Volterix. It's time.
Volterix is gonna.
What do you do?
Sorry. I'm gonna try to deter this earth elemental away from the group because we're all kind of clustered here. So I'm gonna move and use my trick attack. Was that 30?
Okay.
Sorry. I always forget which square it is. One more. And I would then like to use my trick attack on this elemental.
Okay. Roll the attack, or roll the trick attempt.
Well, that's amazing. That's gonna be a 34, 5,
He's tricked.
6, 7, 8. 38.
Yeah,
Can he
that's
be
a trick
extra
elemental. Go
tricked?
ahead.
No, just kidding.
He cannot be extra trick, but he can be regular trick.
23 to hit.
23 hits as well.
Yes. And I'm using
which
my
weapon are you
brand
using?
new. Oh, my brand new one.
Brand new.
My Gillid.
Ghost Killer Gellid
Ghost-
Hail Pistol.
Yeah,
Shoots
my hail
ice.
pistol. Because it's piercing,
Yep.
right? Okay.
It sure is. Cold and piercing, so it deals cold damage and piercing damage combined.
Yeah. Jim just wanted my credits at the beginning of this episode. That's why he let me buy a new gun. And then gave me an even better one. Okay. 12, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26.
26 points of damage. You just like icicle comes shooting out of the gun and nearly blasts that elemental clean in half. What remains of its form sort of like reforms and shapes up. It's still alive, but you can tell that was a pretty brutal hit against this creature.
Cool. And he's off target.
I was waiting to see if he was going to be off target or not. I was going to move on to
Off
Kazka
target.
and just bypass the off target nonsense. But he is off target. Kazka. Dangers afoot, Kazka.
Yes, since I have 40 feet. Oh, that's hard. I don't want to hit her. I'm gonna run up to this thing and the elemental, and I had activated my armor before, just in case. So it's already activated. May I strike?
No. I forbid it.
What?
Fast.
Well,
I'm just kidding. Yes,
it's
go
all
ahead.
right. I rolled a 2 on the die, and I doubt it. That's
Oh,
an
no.
11. Yeah.
11's not quite going to do it. You were so
That's all right.
eager.
I'm in
You
its
had your armor
face.
ready to go. You got into, but you got into position. You'll definitely take its attention up, hopefully this round, which is good enough.
Yes.
Perhaps to allow your more mystical companions to do their thing. Before they get to do their thing, I get to do my thing.
Yeah.
First thing that happens is
Oh, boy.
the obelisk glows an angry glow, and another beam shoots out,
No.
and from the ground rises another elemental.
Oh no!
It seems to be able to spawn more defenses every round.
Oh no!
Oh fudge!
New
The
plan,
elementals
bring
that are
down the
already-
elemental. Or bring down the obelisk.
Obelisk.
The elementals that is already there is going to take Slam against Armored Kazka. Slam number 1 is up against a 24 KAC. No, wait,
Yep.
sorry, 20 KAC because of the -4.
That's
Does 20 still get you?
exactly. Yeah, it's exactly what
So
the
that'll
armor.
get you on that one. But it was a good roll. These things aren't as tough as the bigger ones. And then the other one is under 20, so that is not going to hit. So that first hit is going to get you. You're going to take, let's see, 11 points of bludgeoning damage as
Okay.
it just batters you in the chest. Then you all watch as the spirit that is floating, it seems to it starts shaking and screaming and then just bursts forward. Not just forward, but as it does so, it passes through Gunnan, it passes through Maple, through Haven. Let's see, I gotta start to measure this out. Through Haven, turns through Kazka, and yes, it does have the ability to get through Voltaris.
Hell of a movement.
Unreal.
It's just
It's
you
buffing
can
us, it's
barely
buffing us.
trace it with your eyes. It just starts blasting through all of you. And as it does, you feel a painful corroding sensation in your very flesh. I need every one of you
rude.
to make a reflex save.
Oh no.
Against poison?
That is not. Oh, well,
Nope,
actually,
this
it's
is
fortitude.
not
That's not my
poison.
strength.
21.
Reflex. That is going to be.
Okay.
Oh, not terrible. 21.
A 19.
Jim Jam,
Okay.
any chance this is an
11.
illusion spell?
No, it is not an illusion spell. Oh, there was one more.
21.
There we go. That's good. All right. The total damage is 12. Everybody who got above a 15 will take half of that, so 6 damage to anybody who got above a 15. Anyone below a 15 is taking 12 points of acid damage.
Ooh.
And I take
as
none.
the as
That's right, because of your ability.
and after the spirit finally comes to a rest, you see it's almost dazed for a moment by the exertion, and that was its full it's a full round action to do that, so it can't do anything else this round. The elemental that was just summoned is going to go bloop bloop bloop, and it's just going to glide through the earth and emerge right in front of Volterix and try to slam her. Oh, that is a leaner.
Yeah.
And that is a 3 on the die, so who cares?
Nice.
Alrighty. I'm done. I've done all I can do. Haven, it's up to you.
Okay, how tall is this obelisk?
Because it's on top of the fountain, I mean, it's probably about 12 feet to the very top of it.
All right. In the previous iterations of this magic, where it's summoning these spirits and the elementals, it seems like it's drawing them up from the ground. But what if they weren't able to? And so Haven's going to use their jet dash to jump to the top of the obelisk to make that their perch and just land on top of this
Okay.
rock.
An interesting
Does anything
decision.
happen?
You will
Okay.
You will need to make an acrobatics check because you're still, even though you have the ability, it allows you to jet forward and make a powerful leap. You still are physically jumping, so you'll need to make an
Copy
acrobatics
that.
check to see if you can get up on top of it. But with a jet dash, you just might be able to do it.
Acrobatics, you said?
Yeah.
Does an 18 do it?
An 18 will get you. Did you add all the bonuses for your jet dash? It gives you a bonus
right.
to the leap.
It does. A 20. 30-20.
Sure. That'll do it. You just you barely do it. You kind of have to scramble up onto it, but you manage to get on top of the obelisk. You are now
Amazing.
perched up there on top of it.
Yes. And
You
from there,
feel this seething rage underneath you. Like this thing is just emanating hatred and rage. But you are standing on top of it.
they won't be able to do it this turn, but they will spend the time getting ready to work to use their mystic energy for their full action next time.
Understood. That takes us then to Maple's turn.
And is there a range on this mysticism thing, or have to be touching?
I mean, you've got to be within 30 feet, and you are currently
30.
40
Okay.
feet. So with a little bit of movement, you can get into range.
All right, I will do so. Ghost. I'm going to. Can I just fly a little bit here? Since we're outside again, right? Or is this underground again?
Yeah, there's a high enough ceiling here that you can fly.
Okay, I'm gonna fly a little bit. Just I don't know if that's gonna save me from anything, and I will do the mysticism check. You said it's a full action or a standard action?
A standard action, so you're able to do it even though you moved. All you got to do is focus your mind and the energies, and you use Bear's hope to help you and try to cut through the vile necromancy, binding the spirits.
That is a dirty 20 plus the 4, so 24.
Ooh. 24 is a success. Go ahead and roll 4d6.
Oh, hail! Okay. 4 plus 2, so plus 6, plus 4. Who's doing the math?
4 plus 2 plus 4 plus 6? Sorry.
Yeah. 6.
So
Sorry, I wasn't paying
16,
attention.
and then
16, yeah.
I think it's 16, and then you use charisma as your casting modifier, correct?
What? I didn't modify that.
Warpers use no, I know. I'm asking you,
charisma.
Which warpers you use charisma, so you can add your charisma modifier to this as damage, making it an even 20 points of damage, disrupting the energies within the obelisk.
Nice.
Magic.
You are successful. You see like wisps of green energy just get like blasted up harmlessly into the sky, and you feel good about that. Bear feels amazing about it. He's cheering you on from inside your own head. Gunnin.
Positive
Team
self-talk.
is holding it together.
I realize Historia is very smart, and she brought a spear for a reason. So I'm gonna come all the way up here and bury this new spear in this thing to see if it makes a difference with the penetration. Giggity.
Sure. Go ahead and roll an attack.
I mean, can I render can I render an obelisk flat-footed?
Cannot be flat-footed,
There's no
but
feet.
I'll give you this. It has a KAC and EAC of 4. Hitting it is not a problem. Don't roll a 1. That's all you have to do.
Good news.
It's just that it has an incredible number of hit points.
Yeah, right. Well, then that's going to be a whopping 12.
12 does it, and was that the damage? Sorry.
Yeah, yes. It was a
Damage,
10
and you
to
do
it. No, I
as-
guess it was more than that, right? Sorry, go ahead.
As you're like jabbing the spear, and you see that like the tip of it doesn't connect with the obelisk, it just starts phasing through it, and then you feel the resistance, and the crack forms, and you definitely penetrate the hardness. All that damage goes through.
Fascinating.
And you have hurt it a little bit more as we move to Volterix's turn.
I'm gonna do a trick attack against the obelisk.
Nice.
Obelisk.
So what I'm gonna do is
Trick it.
I'm gonna. Sure, I can do that, right?
I think so.
Okay.
We'll see.
As far as you know.
I'm gonna, as far as I know, I'm gonna see where I want to go to do it though. Yeah, let's spread out a little bit. I'm gonna go, right there, and trick attack this beast from the side with my stealth. Here
Okay.
it comes.
Alrighty.
All right, that is an 11 plus 20 is 31.
31 is a success.
Cool. Here come the hit. Ooh,
Alright.
that's a 24 to hit.
24 to hit is a success.
Okay. Damage coming in.
Hey.
All right. Ooh. All right, 13 plus 8 is
21.
21. Thank you. Plus 1, 22,
Correct.
plus 3, 25, 26, 27, 28. 28.
28 points of damage.
Yes.
This
Wow.
will not bypass the
Wow.
hardness, but you will get to do all that damage, and you blast another chunk as a freezing shard of energy-propelled ice slams into the obelisk, cracking through some of its facade.
And
Solid
if
turn.
It's possible
Solid turn.
to render it to
Off target.
oh my gosh, where's the word I'm looking for? Off target. If it can be off target, I'd like it to be.
It's off target. It also doesn't make attacks.
Stay on target.
So I don't
Yeah.
care.
Dang it.
I don't care that it's off target. Good turn. Solid turn from Volterix. Kazka, what have you got for me?
Well, I don't have the weapons to fight this obelisk, and I'm just going to be the distraction dummy.
Join it then.
Fighting these.
Join it.
The elementals. I feel like I just have to be a distraction.
Well,
So I'm
you
going to,
can damage it. It just has damage reduction against your weapons. That's all. I mean, you can
it has,
hurt
it has
though.
a hardness, yeah.
Okay, because these things are
But
going to spawn
attacking
every
the-
round.
One might presume there are more
Maybe.
reinforcements on the way.
Okay, yeah, F that. We're going to fight the obelisk. Here we
Fighting
go.
the
I'm
obelisk,
gonna-
you step up to this thing. Now, when you do that, you're going to provoke an attack of opportunity from the old.
That's
that
fine.
elemental doesn't like being ignored. You get what's blocked away
can
from
she-
me.
She can. Well, she could guarded step to get to it, right?
It was 5 feet.
It's only 5 feet.
Let's see.
She-
No, she has to move 10 feet at least to get into that position.
Yeah, I was
she
right
could
there.
guarded step
Oh.
into the.
Oh.
You could though guarded step here. You would still be next to the elemental, which but it
Uh-huh.
wouldn't provoke. So it's kind of like provoke now or still be next to it.
Can I reach the
I don't know how
obelisk from here or no?
Yeah, no, yeah. Sorry, it does occupy this square, even though it's a circular thing. The token is circular, but it still occupies that square that's next to you. So
Okay.
yes.
Then I will try and hit it.
Stab it.
With a 1 on the die, I doubt that's going to
Ooh.
The
happen.
only possible way you could have missed is with a 1 on the die.
Leave it
You
to
were
Kazka.
doubting yourself so much. Like, I can't hurt this thing, and you don't hurt it.
Like Casca, there's no need to try and distract it. It's fine.
Yeah, I'm trying to distract the obelisk.
Oh, Kazka, no.
Nope, that's not. My turn.
Your weapon clangs harmlessly off of it. And we move on to its turn. The obelisk glows. And this time, instead of an earth elemental flowing up out of the ground nearby, a new spirit appears almost in midair near Gunnin. It begins to shake with that rage and screams and begins moving lightning quick around the battlefield. It goes through Maple, through Gunnin,
Oh,
through
No.
Kazka, through Volterix, and up into Gunnin. Every
Haven.
one of you will need to make a reflex save.
oh,
thought I was safe.
Come on, come on.
Uh-oh. Well, also, it has
Not
to take into account the
terrible.
up
Yeah,
distance.
30, 20.
It has 120 feet of movement. I'm afraid it'll be able to get there.
That's too many.
25.
18.
25.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
30,
The
20.
DC is 15. I'll just give you that so you guys can sort of just be honest about the DC. That's, let's see, 9, 11, 14 points of damage to the total. Half is 7 for anybody who succeeded on a DC 15 reflex save. The spirit, sort of shaking and dazed after its immense outburst, is done for the round and won't be able to use that ability for a number of rounds that I've determined with a roll of the die.
Good. No.
The other
Good.
spirit also cannot use its ability right now because of a randomly determined number, but it does have other abilities. It's not down and out. It is going to take its full action to cast Magic Missile and fire
Oh.
3 bolts of mystic energy at my good friend Maple. It recognizes a spiritual threat in her
Oh.
and tries to
I'm
blast
a
her
friend.
out of the sky.
There's no way for me to intercept that, right? I mean, I know
Only
it
if
has
they
to be
target
shot
you.
at me, but-
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, if it
Okay.
targets you, then you can use your ability, and I will keep that in
Got
mind
it.
if it does target you. But with Maple, she's going to have to take that 7 points of force damage right to the face. And that was a full round casting, so it's not going to do anything else. The elemental next to Kazka. Full round action. Slam, slam. The first one, hitting an armor class 22, which I know is going to get you on that KAC. The second attack, a 23, even better. It's going to get you twice.
No.
That is 12 plus 9. A total between both hits of 21 points of bludgeoning damage. The other elemental, Volterix moved, is going to come in at Gunnin and try to slam once at him.
Yes.
Oh, 4 on the die. No way I'm getting through that Vesk overplate with a 4 on the die, so it tries ineffectively.
Yep.
Clangs off
Try
the
again,
armor.
friend. Yep.
He will,
Can
but
I
not this
do-
round, because his turn is over.
Can I use my reaction to save
Even though-
Casca from some of that?
Oh, sure, yeah, you can do that.
Okay, I spend a resolve point, and actually, it's someone pointed out to me that it's not just 2d 1d. It's not 1d4. It's 3d4. Yeah.
3D.
Oh, yeah.
That's right.
So-
Yeah, you just
3d4.
leveled up to
3D.
6, so you get 3d4. Yeah. Yeah, that's good.
4 plus 4 is 8. So you get 8 back, Casca.
Oh, thank you.
Nice.
Yay.
Nearly
Thank you
negates
so much.
one of the hits. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Excellent. Excellent. Spending those resolve points, so when I knock you down, you'll just die.
I'll be fine.
Hey. That was my turn, so Haven, you're up next. You're on top of this obelisk, but those spirits don't
Yes.
seem to have any problem flying right up next to you. Though you
Dang
do
it.
note that the earth elementals seem to just ignore you while you're up high. It's only the spirits that
So-
seem to focus their rage on you.
Yeah, Haven will take a moment then to sort of begin the ritual casting of like unritual, and we'll do one of the
Sure,
mysticism
sure,
checks
sure.
with a +4.
Yep. +4 bonus.
That is a 21. What was the DC on that?
21 is it is a failure. You know that Maple succeeded with a 24, but
Oh!
you don't know the DC. You
Wait.
know it's somewhere between
Sorry, that was-
21 and 24.
It's 25 actually. I forgot the +4.
Yay!
Yeah.
Then
Math
fine.
boy strikes
Roll your
again.
4d6.
Yeah.
And I
But
believe
it's
you use
because we
wisdom
had-
as
Yes.
Oh yeah, it's because you got that data pad. Yeah.
We had that
Yeah.
data pad.
And you use wisdom,
yeah,
so
yeah.
it'll be 4d6. 4d6 plus your wisdom modifier damage.
4. $19 total.
Nice.
19 points of damage. All of that just direct to the energy, the hateful forces that keep this thing bound, and you start chipping away at the energies successfully. Very good turn. You still have a move action too. If there's anything you'd like.
I'm gonna stay. This is my spot.
Stand right where you are. Stand in your ground. I like it.
Mm-hmm.
After Haven, Maple's up.
I am gonna just move slightly, so I don't have to do an athletics check. Still flying. I'm gonna just go over here, I guess. Yeah. That's
Sure.
good. And then I'm gonna go ahead and do the same thing as before. The mysticism check. Let's see. That is. Oh, I think it's the same as before. Yeah, that's a 24 total.
24 does it. You know that's a success. 4d6 plus 4 for your charisma modifier.
Okay, so 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, plus 4 is 18.
18
Nicely
points of damage. You guys
done.
are just ripping apart the magics that bind the spirits here. Raw mental force against ancient
Just like
evil
We're both
necromancy.
Magic
sync.
scissors.
Yeah, cutting those silver strands.
Nice. I like it. Good turn. Good round, everybody. Gun in.
Not Not me, though.
It's your turn. We're at the top of the next one.
Um,
You had
I-
such
I
heart,
c- I-
Casca, though, you know?
True. No, it's you. I've got it exactly where I want it, thanks to you, Casca. I do come over the comms, and I say, everyone, pour it on the obelisk, bring this thing down. Which is only a 16 and a 10, but apparently that's enough to keep stabbing this thing. Okay.
Yep.
All right. We're gonna be full attacking from here on out, kids.
Makes sense.
So that's going to be 15 points of damage.
15 points of damage, all of it going through as you just clang, clang, stabbing with the ghost iron
That's the
that partially
trolley.
passes through and then stabs into it.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Volterix, that takes us to you up next.
Yeah. I'm just gonna move a little bit while using my trick attack. Just a little bit. I think that's still within 25 feet. Yes. All right. So trick attack coming in. It's going to be a 34.
Okie
Yeah,
dokie. That'll
yeah,
do.
Sorry. I don't know why I wait for you. I don't know. I like waiting for you to stump me one day. And then to hit
I'll put
it
this
is
way,
going to
I
be
think
a
it's mathematically possible for you to fail this, so there is a chance that you'll fail at one point. Unlikely, but I think mathematically you can fail this particular one.
Okay, cool. What did I say? 19.
19 hits. You did it. Go ahead and roll damage.
All right. 14, 18, 21, 27 total.
7 minus 5 for the hardness, 22 points of damage. You flash freeze a section of the obelisk and it just shatters on the impact from that icy shard. Another solid turn from Volterix. Kazka, can you redeem yourself?
No pressure.
Right, no,
No
pressure. Full attack. Let's try 2 times to redeem myself. Let's see. Full attack. Here we go. Well, that's a 3 on the dice. So first one is a no. And that's a 6.
Oh, wait.
Huh?
Its AC is
Yeah.
4. So if you roll
Yeah, no.
anything but a 1,
Oh.
you hit.
Seriously? Okay, then I hit. 'Cause that's
Yes.
a 3 plus
Yeah.
my 11.
Yep.
14.
Absolutely. Yep, that's a hit. This thing
Okay,
is
sorry.
easy to hit.
7 plus 9. Math. 16.
16 points of damage. Now that'll you'll be subject to the hardness, but it still takes 11, so that's still
Sure.
good.
That's fine. And then here's my second turn. It's a 2 plus 11.
2.
It still hits.
So close.
Oh my
You're
god!
trying your hardest to
So
fail,
it
but you
doesn't-
can't.
It doesn't look as pretty as she normally does it, so you know it's like barely hitting. That's a 1
Well,
on
it's
the
just
die.
kinda
That
odd. You're
sucks.
just like beating this
Oh,
rock
boy.
with a sword. It's
10
kind of
points.
awkward, you know?
I'm like, yeah, you
Minimum
don't have to
damage.
keep going easy on it. You don't have to go easy on it, Casca. Go ahead and bring it down.
She's not sure how to hit this stone structure. That's minimum damage, 10 points. Rolled a 1.
Still, some of that gets through. You're chipping away at this thing. You can see cracks. You see through the cracks, like more and more of this green light is exposed. It's spilling forth, almost illuminating the entire plaza with this ghastly green glow. It is their turn. On their turn,
Oh god,
they
here
summon
we
forth another elemental. This time,
Oh.
it bubbles up out of the ground right near Gunnan. He's a threat.
Oh.
The obelisk
Oh,
knows
no.
it. Captain is getting surrounded. The other
no.
spirit has
Come at me.
recharged its charge ability and will begin lightning zipping around, going through
Again?
Kazka, going through Gunnan, going through Maple, going through a Haven, and it can barely get all the way through all of you once again, popping out right through Voltarix. Oh, why are you being weird? Okay, I'll just put you there. Everybody roll a reflex save.
25.
Let's
No.
see. That's
21.
18.
I have yet. Anything under
Does
15, right?
make it, or no? Oh,
Yeah.
15, yeah, 15 is your DC, so 15 and above is safe. Those of you beneath a 15, it's 13 total points of damage. So 13 acid damage, and then half of that is 6 for anybody who succeeded on the reflex save.
I
Once
don't
again,
like it
the
here.
Spirit exhausted will not be able to use that ability for a number of rounds. Again, the other one is
You
still
said
recharging.
that last time, and you did.
A number of rounds.
No.
It could be one.
Yeah.
Don't make me review the tapes. Yes. It didn't use that ability last round. It used the ability this round because last round it had to recharge.
For one.
It recharges every 1d4 rounds, so I can roll a 1 and only have it recharge once. And I'm gonna slam you twice now, Kazka, because poopy on you.
Revenge.
Revenge. That is a really low roll, so definitely no on the first one.
Okay.
That second, that's a leaner on the second one. Ooh, pretty good. 22 on the second strike, so that's gonna barely get you, but not very good damage. Only 7 points of damage
Okay.
on that second attack. So a clip across the shoulders. It hurts, but it's not too bad. Gunnin, you've got 4 attacks coming in at you, but you are heavily armored, so it's a good chance this will be an embarrassing round for my 4 attacks.
Let's see. It's
that
not
is-
cursed by hubris. It's fine.
Well, the first one, solid miss. The northernmost elemental misses clean, no problem. Then it might get you with a 22 against KAC.
My KAC is 23, Jim.
Oh, so
23.
near, like just clanging off the armor, no impact. Then the next
28.
strike is a natural 20. That's gonna get you.
Maple, can you
really
help
crappy
me?
damage for a critical. Oh my gosh.
Oh, actually, I have something for this. As a reaction, I can activate my alternate outcome, infinite worlds or special witchwarper ability. So, I can use this to cause a critical. I can make a critical hit into a regular hit within 100 feet.
Oh.
So it could just be a regular one.
Hey, Maple.
Nice.
You know how I said that I wanted to see your new abilities in action? I disregard that. I no longer want to see your new abilities. I no longer am interested in what new things you can do. Fine, so that'll turn into a regular hit. So my regular damage, instead of doing a nice juicy 15 points of bludgeoning damage, I will only get 1 die of damage and deal a total of 8 points.
Nice.
Nice. Save.
Yeah.
Because we are living in an alternate reality where my life sucks. No, I'm just kidding. Having a good time here. The spirit on top of the obelisk, right next to. Was that?
Sky opens in Jim's face. It's just looking through into the alternate reality, like.
The spirit right next to Haven is going to look at him, open its mouth, just huge, its jaw almost going down to like its navel, and lets out this tremendous scream. And you can actually see the sound waves as a force blast just issues forth from it. And I need you, my friend, to roll a reflex save.
Uh-oh, not my strong suit. Yep, that's a 7.
Oof.
7. Not only are you going to get hit by this force blast and take 5 points of force damage as it force blasts you, but it then gets an attempt to bull rush you. And my friend, you're standing on top of the obelisk, and if it successfully bull rushes you, you'll be flying down to the ground.
Very quickly.
That is a 27. Now the target DC is your KAC plus 8. So what is your KAC?
Oh, my KAC is 19, so that's 27.
27
That's plus 8.
And so that meets it, and so like an attack that goes to the attacker. So it is successful, but you almost cling to your surface. But just at the last second you lose your grip and you get blasted off the obelisk. You fall 12 feet below. You're going to take 3 points of bludgeoning damage as you crash to the ground, and you are prone.
Ooh.
Oh.
And then this thing is going to use its move action to drift over to Maple. But then it's done. That was its move. I'm done. Haven.
So
Haven,
Haven,
it's your turn.
like belly flopped onto the stone floor of this fountain near the obelisk and is just like a little bit crumpled. And they're gonna reach out their hands slowly just to touch the end of the obelisk without even righting themselves, and is gonna do one of the mysticism checks.
Go for it.
Yeah. Okay. So this is 25 plus 4, 29, and this has the
29
plus 4 on it.
success. Oh yeah, definitely
Yeah.
success.
So 4d6. That is 18 plus my wisdom, 19.
18 points of damage. You just blast this
Good
thing
job.
with raw mystic force. You can see the
And then
cracks
they
widening
stay-
in the obelisk.
Yeah, they stay prone, just flat against the ground, and this is the new like defensive position.
Dedicated to the
Also-
task at hand.
Do you remember in like classic Street Fighter, one of the bonus stages was you just got to beat up a car? That's just what this
Yeah.
kind of feels
Yeah.
like. Like
Yeah.
we're all just kind of
Just-
beating up
yeah.
on this
Just gotta-
stationary
We're just
object.
E-Honda, just full E-Honda
Yeah, yeah.
right now.
Yes.
I appreciate that also Historia was like, can I interest you in science? And we were like, violence?
Yeah.
Yeah. Think we got it. Don't worry about it. Yep.
Maple, you're up.
Well, yes, I am. This ghost can move like real fast, so I don't think we can bother moving away from it because it'll just jump on me and eat me. So I'm gonna. What? Yes.
I was gonna say, you do note that when it like drifts towards you, it's moving significantly slower than when it uses that specific ability. When it uses that ability, it moves incredibly quick, super fast. When it's just normally
okay.
moving, it actually doesn't move that quickly. However, you do
Well,
know
fine,
that if you
then.
move away from it, you would provoke an attack of
Attack of
opportunity.
opportunity. So I'm gonna get a slap either way. I'm gonna go ahead and
You could
I'll take a
you
step
could guarded
so
step.
that I
Yeah.
I'll do a loop over there, and then I'll do another mysticism check because this is way more powerful than anything I have, and it's been real fun to roll these many die over and over again. Wow, that's a 16 plus 12, which is 20.
28.
A lot to hit.
Yes.
28 plus 4 for the bonus is 32.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Definite
That's
success.
32.
awesome.
Oh, is that anything? Okay. And then I roll all these things. Oh my god, so many sixes. 3 6s and a 1.
19.
Wow.
That's nice.
Yeah,
18
plus
plus
your
4,
charisma.
23.
Yes.
Great.
23 points of damage. This thing is more glowing light now than stone. It's still active, but it's not long for this world. Gunnin, can you end the fight?
Perhaps this
no.
natural 20 might help with might help with so I got a
Definitive
I got a
hits.
20. I got a 20 and a 7, so but that's still gonna get it done. So let's see here.
7,
This
yes,
is,
yeah,
let me
it's hits.
Not a 1.
Let me do this. That actually rolled. That's 2 7s, a 6, and an 8. So that's 28 on the crit,
Wow.
and 28, and then another 12. So 38, 41, 40
The
40.
points of damage.
finding
Wow.
the widening crack that you've just been hammering into this obelisk. One final strike, and the thing sinks almost to the halfway point. And then when you rip it free, there's this burst of ectoplasmic goo that sprays everywhere, and the whole obelisk just implodes in on itself until it's nothing more than a speck of black in this ball of green light. And then the ball of light explodes. You see freed spirits just twisting and arcing through the air, all screaming away up into the sky through the lava ceiling above, disappearing into nothingness as they are freed from their trapped torment. All of the spirits that were on the field, as well as the elementals, all just sort of like melt back into the ground. The freed spirits themselves joining their comrades as they all leave this mortal realm. And you see like Maple starts to twitch a little bit, and a form, the final Mentrasi, sort of like pulls itself free from Maple's body. And
barfs him out.
it turns to all of you in turn and gives you like a quiet nod and mouths something seems very similar to thank you, and it just disappears.
Bye, bear.
We're now in the calm, dead center of an ancient ruined city, and you believe that you have succeeded in your task.
I look down at the spear and I say, I think I'm getting the hang of this mysticism thing.
You're coming along, Captain.
Maybe if you get another spear, that'll help you. Get 3.
Oh, I've only got the 4 hands. Yes. Well, good work, everyone. High 4s.
Yeah.
We should probably go
all around.
Collect Historia.
Historia 7.
Show her
Yeah.
we're done.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
I
You rush back.
think this was
to
good.
Find... you rush back to find Historia 7 is still doing okay. You collect her and her various detached parts, and she's very grateful for your assistance. She does ask you not to report on her state when you get back. She seems almost sort of like embarrassed that she did this. She knows that coming here alone was against regulations, the height of stupidity, and obviously turned out nearly disastrous. Only through sheer luck that there were other Starfinders in the area to rescue her. So she sort of quietly asks that you not mention any of this in your reports back to Jadnura. But you load up, you exit the tunnels. Nothing stops you. Nothing else attacks you. The sense of malevolence in the area seems to have completely dissipated. You get back to the Scourdo and take off, having freed the Mentrasi from their, though self-imposed, still tormented existence. They simply didn't understand what they were doing when they were trying to save themselves from that cataclysmic disaster that buried their town. As you leave the planet far behind, enter the drift back towards Absalom Station. Another mission successful. A report for Jadnura, and perhaps some more information on what it is that happened in the Scoured Stars so long ago. We will find out more next time. Because we're done for now.
Dun, 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 dun. Yay! We live and stuff. Yay!
I'm afraid of no
And
ghosts.
stuff.
It's just Casper.
Legally distinct.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
The Ghost Blasters. Yes, we're the Ghost
The
Blasters.
Ghost Blasters.
Blasters.
Yeah.
Ghost blasters.
It makes me feel good.
Yeah.
Well,
Awesome.
it's too hot in this game, Blazer. I gotta get out of here. But I am ever grateful for all of you for playing with me tonight. Grateful to all of you out there who are watching us play. We have a ton of fun doing this show. We've got a couple more episodes coming up. Next week, episode 8 of 10. We'll be back learning more about the Scoured Stars, figuring out what the heck is up with those nasty, angry Jinsul and how to deal with them. We'll be back next week. Thank you all for joining us. If you want to have adventures like the ones we're having, make sure you head over to Paizo.com, check out their Starfinder section, get that Starfinder beginner box if you're not as familiar with the game as you would like to be, and then check out all these cool scenarios, all of the past years of the Starfinder Society play. They're all just PDFs you can download. They're super cheap. They're really fun, pre-made adventures. When you're not playing Starfinder Society official, it's super cool to just like go through and modify the adventures to fit into whatever game you happen to be running, and it's a really good time. So I highly suggest you check all that stuff out. This is fun. It's good times. We'll see you next week. Thank you all for joining us. Goodbye, everybody. Bye-bye.
Good night.
Bye.
Bye.